What?
Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome, everyone, to
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Friends.
Got it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Abandoned Quest. Tonight we are going to be playing a new campaign called Mordenkainen's Inferno, The Path to Nessus. I'm really excited about it. This is kind of going to be a session 0 with a little bit of gameplay, but we're going to be loosey-goosey. It's going to be a very casual night on the stream. But yeah, so I'm going to be your dungeon master for tonight. I'm Janelle Lawson, and we're going to go around and everybody can introduce themselves. Donnie, you go first.
Am I introducing myself or my character?
Just yourself. We'll do character.
Hello. You may know me as the Usurper. Get ready to see me spin my fine works all over this game. End of introduction.
Mike, you have to follow that now.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mike. You can find me here on Abandoned Quest all the time. And also, here we are about to play some Dungeons and Dragons. And you know what? Couldn't be happier about it.
John, who are you?
Hey, I'm making dinner.
It's real loose tonight, guys. It's
Just your dinner to you.
Don't call me late for you.
Thanks. If it's too late, you can call me breakfast. I'm one of the hangers-on of the group. I'm the one who kind of shows up at the parties, and people are like, "Why is he here?" And I'm like, "I'm a hanger-on." So
A real hanging Chad.
a real hanging breakfast.
great.
Also, go vote.
JJ.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while. How have you been? It's been a couple months. I hope life has been treating you well within these past couple months. You're still as beautiful as ever, so glad to see that hasn't changed. And appreciate
Just as beautiful as the day I
Are you
lost you.
okay?
I appreciate you guys coming to hang out.
And finally, Sam.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Hi, guys. I'm Sam. I actually do know why I'm here because I'm with these lovely people, my dear friends, and we're here to play some D&D. So get ready for an awesome time.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, I can't really say last time on Abandoned Quest because this is the
Or
first
should
time
you ever.
of this. This is the first time we're doing this campaign. All right. Let's set the stage a little bit. Hold on. I want to make sure the good people at home can see this map. Great.
Oh, classy old man.
The year is 1491 DR, the year of the Scarlet Witch. 2 years after Dagolt Neverember's forced retirement as the open Lord of Waterdeep. Laerel Silverhand stands on a balcony of Castle Waterdeep, addressing a crowd of awaiting citizens. She is a vision of grandeur with long silver hair braided down her back and dressed in beautiful white and gold silk robes. Hold on 1 second, because I have some handouts for you guys. There she is. Show to everybody.
Yep. Looking classy.
Johnny Silverhand's long lost cousin, Anamune Laurel Silverhand.
That's right. A big family.
A baby griffin playfully nuzzles around her ankles, peeping its head out at the crowd before quickly retreating back to behind her. At her sides are 2 soldiers of the City Watch, and behind them, tucked in a shadowed left corner, stands a man with a long white hair and a long white beard, in simple robes and a long, tall wizard's hat. He seems to be comforting another man, covered by a dark hood and avoiding the beams of sunlight before him. is not where our story starts. For at the same time this is all happening, across the castle ward in the yawning portal, a local bar that surrounds what some refer to as a hellmouth, but is really just a passage to the Underdark. A line has formed around the walls of this establishment. This line has people of all kinds holding books of various titles, but they all start the same. Volo's Guide to Everything.
You son of a bitch.
Okay. So. Which one of you guys is here? Right. Mike, as your character is in the yawning portal, are they here as someone in line for one of these signed autographs? Are they here as a patron? Or are they here as a guard? Because Volo has also hired a couple guards.
Oh, no, I can't wait to get my signed copy of Volothamp's Guide to the Underdark. I've got it, the original, the misprint. I can't wait to get it signed.
Rad.
As you step up, as you are the next in line, you are handed...
Oh, my turn.
Yes, you are handed a poster.
Oh, free merch.
That is a picture of what kind of seems to be like an idealized version of Volo, because the man in front of you does not look like the man on this poster, really. He's a little bit older, he's a little bit less chiseled.
I must say, you look exactly like your poster. It's an honor to finally meet you, Volo, sir.
Oh, I thank you, my friend. And your name is, who am I making this out to? As he takes the book from you and goes to sign it.
If you could just put to Cass Kipper of Clan Kipper.
Cass Kipper of Clan Kipper. Got it.
That's right.
Kipper. From the Underdark, yes?
Yes, you've heard of Clan Kipper.
Our
legend
I've
precedes
traveled
us.
Underdark many times.
Good things, I hope.
Great things, wonderful things, amazing things. And he goes to sign the copy for you. Could you describe your character a little bit more in detail? What are we looking at here?
Sure. So, Cass Kipper is a Dwergar. He's got dark gray skin and a white beard that's like long and comes down into a braid with like some jewelry on it. He's got like a ton of piercings in his ears, and he's got this kind of like big tattoo on his forehead down into his eyes. And his eyes, if you catch the light just right, you can see that they're white, they're like stark white eyes.
As he goes to hand the signed book back to you, he goes, I love your intricate tattoos. What do they mean? I don't think I've seen glyphs like that exactly before. Are they arcane? Are they magical?
They're actually from Dwergar culture. They mark me as an outsider, an outcast, a criminal, as a matter of fact. Yes, these are a mark of shame, some might say, but I take pride in them. Because fuck Dwergar society, a lot of assholes down there. Real pricks.
How loud are you saying this?
Super loud. Super.
Great.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud to tell Volo something he didn't already know.
You hear like some shifting of like furniture as a couple of people like heard you and are now like turning around to like eye you up and down at the bar. And Volo looks super uncomfortable. He goes, "Oh, I'll put that in my next book. Thank you so much, but there's so many other people behind you, but maybe we could talk more at the bar about not those, but something else."
I'd love to tell you more. I've got some on my forearms that are from a specific crime I committed.
Fascinating. Yes.
I'll give you all the details.
I would that. And then he goes to look behind you. And the other person who is going to be there is gone, so I don't. There he is.
Hey!
So what are you doing in the yawning portal right now? Are you one of the people Volo has hired to be his guard? Are you just at
Yes.
the? Oh, okay, never mind.
That's exactly right.
When clients need protection, they often call me. Some call me by my full name, which is Dane the Rock Janssen.
God damn it.
Some also call me Stone Bold Steve Costin.
It's still
But
going.
most of my friends, most of the friends who hire me call me Boulder. And Boulder is a very good guard. Boulder is an excellent guard. Boulder was hired by Mr. Volo to watch over Mr. Volo, just in case anyone tried to get past Boulder here. But Boulder's quick. Boulder's big. Boulder can block you.
Yeah, and you get to work with Volo all of the time.
I
Is that
do.
right?
Boulder does. Boulder does work with Volo, but Boulder wants you to understand you need to keep your distance. You know.
Right. No.
Boulder
for sure.
appreciates your enthusiasm, but if you get too close, Boulder will have to smack you around a little.
Yeah. No. Is he that cool like behind the scenes too, or is he cool? Is he cool in person?
Well, between Boulder and you,
So I guess you'd say between the rock and a hard place.
Oh my god.
between Boulder and you, Boulder is party to a very powerful non-disclosure agreement. Let's just say Boulder's lips are sealed, and my secrecy is written in stone.
Right. Sure. All right. Well, when you're off duty, come find me, and I'll buy you a drink and see if we can get you to disclose some of that non-disclosure agreement.
Boulder's lips, if you could call them that, since they are just rocks, are sealed.
Right. Nope. Gonna have to cast magic mouth to find out what you know.
That's funny. Boulder will punch you if you try. That's okay.
Ah.
Alright, so the evening continues on. Volo signs a bunch of these books, gives a lot of autographs out. And at the end of the night, he walks over to you, Boulder. Was like, I think that gentleman from before might actually help in the next event that I had hired you for. Maybe we could go over and see if he would be willing to go with us to the tower I told you about. Do you think that's a good idea?
Boulder thinks that you have great ideas, and that tower that Boulder
I do have great
definitely
ideas.
Boulder definitely remembers the tower. Boulder definitely knows what you're talking about. So Boulder agrees. And happy to help. Why don't Boulder just pick you up and carry you on Boulder's shoulders?
I would appreciate that, Boulder, yes. Over to Mr. Kipper! Mr. Kipper!
All right,
Oh yes. Been drinking.
You know, I've been thinking about what you told me about yourself earlier, and I think you would be perfect to help me procure an item of extreme importance. It would help with a book that I'm currently in the process of writing, if you would be so kind as to venture with us for a bit.
Yeah, and you need someone for like a shopping thing, or what are we talking about?
Sort of, yes. Definitely a shopping approved thing is definitely what it is. Mm-hmm.
Boulder
Great.
thinks that it's probably shopping.
All right.
Definitely
Well, I'm your guy. I've got a keen eye for fashion, and I'm the finest shot underneath the ground. So, yeah,
That
sure.
is good to know. Then just, if you would be so kind, we'll give you lodgings for the night, and then in the morning we'll be off.
Hey, night's getting even better. Got me a job for tomorrow and a place to stay. All right.
You guys end up staying in a very luxurious inn that is here in the castle ward. And you have, in the morning, you get like a great spread of food. Volo is paying for everything. Although you think he's paying for everything, it seems like anytime he needs to pay for something, he kind of pulls someone aside and like talks to them a little bit, and then everything's fine. And then you guys are off to just outside of Waterdeep.
Well, breakfast this morning really rocked.
Oh, it seemed a little stale to me.
Oh, you just have a chip on your shoulder. Boulder understands.
no.
Jesus Christ, I don't know if I can take a whole can.
So, tell me, where did you come from, Boulder? You have such an interesting appearance. Were you created by a wizard? Or were you created by other rock monsters? Is that the right word? It's probably not the right word, no.
Boulder has heard that description before, and Boulder understands some people are just a little ignorant, and rock monster is the only thing you can use to describe. That's fine.
Sure.
Boulder's not too sensitive. But
is Golem the preferred? No.
well, Golem's actually kind of a slur, so please don't use
Oh,
that.
whoops. Okay, yeah, no, we're going to avoid that one.
Appreciate
I have a
that
lot
very
to learn. I'll stick with
Yeah,
rock
we're
monster
in-
then.
Boulder understands it's a whole new world. Things have changed a lot in the past 10
Right.
20 years.
Sure.
You know, the Rock 2 movement, totally
Yes.
crazy.
Right.
Changed everything. So, no, Boulder is, Boulder was mostly constructed by Boulder's family, which is just other rock monsters or golems, excuse my French. And, Boulder has been a great guard all of Boulder's life. Boulder was born the age 42. Boulder has always been 42 and is still 42. But Boulder's a guard. Boulder had some trouble on Boulder's last job. Boulder was let go, which is why Boulder is now a rent-a-guard.
Right.
For Bolo.
Sure. Yes, of course. No.
Bol-
Good work if you could get it, though.
Yes, exactly. Boulder defended a very, very important place, and Boulder failed.
Right.
But
Sure.
Anyway,
right. No, yes.
that's
Any
rather good.
place I might have heard of.
maybe, but hopefully not. That's all pebbles under the stream. Anyway, here's Mr. Volo.
Nestled within a picturesque grassy field just outside the bustling city of Waterdeep, a tower unveils itself as a mysterious anomaly among the familiar landscapes of the Sword Coast. Rising defiantly from the earth, this tower stands in stark contrast to the vibrant greenery that surrounds it, casting an imposing silhouette against a clear blue sky.
Are we supposed to be seeing something on Roll20 for this?
No, you shouldn't see anything yet.
Okay.
Constructed from ancient weathered stones, the tower exterior is adorned with ivy, creating an illusion of forgotten grandeur. The tower has no windows, only a simple entrance at its base, a solid wooden door adorned with a few arcane symbols, a warning to adventurers that the secrets within are not for you to uncover. And you guys stand outside this tower that seems to be abandoned. And Volo's kind of walking around it. You see he has a little book out, and he's kind of jotting down some notes.
Mr. Volo,
Yes.
I was happy to help with a shopping expedition, but it does appear that the weathered stones here are indicating to adventurers to stay away. Are you aware of this?
I think it's more of an opportunity.
That's
And
not what
Boulder
the
doesn't
stones
read-
say, though.
Well, let's not think too much about the stones, because I've had to go into so many places that were like, warning, do not go here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have all my books, So
That's fair. All right. Yes. All right. I suppose
we
that
have
checks
to
out.
go into the unknown to discover the things that are worth writing about. Don't
Or
you want to
guarding.
live your life and find out what's in this thing?
All right. You got me like 3 persuasion checks ago. I'm on board. Let's go.
All right, just go ahead, Kipper, and open that door.
Was that this door? This
Yep,
one.
that
right
one, that one right there. And you see that he takes like 5 steps back.
Here. Oh. I'm gonna take a look at the door.
Sure. That would be a investigation check then.
Great.
What did you get?
That was a 14.
Okay. Looking at the door, you can see, like, in the light, there's kind of like this glimmer where sometimes there are more runes than, like, are initially visible, just glancing at it. And besides that, like, you can see that it is not trapped in any, like, physical sense, right? So there isn't like a physical device attached to it. It's not trapped in that way. But there are these arcane sigils, and to understand what they are, you would need to do an Arcana check or something like that.
Well, there does seem to be some sort of a ward here. Not really my area of expertise, but I'll see if I can take a crack at it. It was a 7. That was a 7 to figure out what those...
Looking at the runes, the only one that you are able to pick out just says door.
Oh, no, yeah, of course. No, yes, this seems to be a door. Got it. And I am going to open it right up. Here I go, doing that.
Surprisingly, you go to open it, and it opens just fine. It's not locked or anything.
Nailed it.
It doesn't seem to, there isn't anything that happens. But you do
Classic
see that the
Dungeons
runes
and
on the
Dragons
door
enemy, the unlocked door.
disappear
Oh.
as you walk through. Boulder. Are you entering after Cass, or are you waiting?
Boulder looks over to Volo and asks.
He kind of bows and gestures for you to follow.
Boulder walks over to the door and then just turns around and stands in front of it.
No. We have to go into the building.
Boulder ducks his head down and then goes inside and just stands in front of the door on the other side.
All right. As you guys enter, you see a very plain entryway. There is a long hallway in front of you, and there is this red and gold rug that kind of leads out into the darkness ahead. And this is where y'all should see some stuff. But it doesn't look like you do, which is unfortunate. So give me 1 second to figure that out.
Okay. Well, it's finally appointed in here for the shabby exterior of the tower. I'm impressed. It's borderline magnificent in here. Are you catching that? Does it feel a little magnificent in here?
Boulder thinks it's a little dusty, but otherwise, Boulder agrees.
Yep, but yes. The gold filigree in here is rather phenomenal.
Does the explorer
There
man
we
have
go.
experience with such beauteous interiors? Trying to use my Boulder's big words.
No, I mean, I'm more akin to, like, walking around in the dark where there are glowing mushrooms, trying to avoid Dwergar who want to lock me up, put me in chains, enslave me, that kind of thing. That's more my usual speed.
Do you guys see in the top right corner, there should be a little thing. You're going to have to zoom in a bit because it's a big map.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so
yes.
as I said, there's this little foyer, and then off into the darkness in front of you. And Volo kind of takes out that little book that he was scribbling in before and looks at it and goes, yes, all right, so just straight ahead.
Well, Mr. Volo, do you anticipate that there may be other parties present who may not appreciate
No,
us traipsing
I
about
know
these
for a
halls?
fact that this tower is empty. I actually saw.
Volo says it's empty.
Yeah, the person who is normally here, I know for a fact, is in the city behind us, and not in this tower. So,
Great. All right. Well done. All right. Well, onward with our shopping expedition.
all right, do you guys start down the hallway?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The second who's going first?
All right. I'll go first.
Okay, the
Boulder-
second
Boulder
you
goes last.
step onto the rug, you feel like a little sink happen.
Oh.
And then you start to see arcane sigils, the ones from the door, floating in the air around you. And
Well, that's not
as
ideal.
they go, they're actually split this room in half. So, if you guys
Boulder
are
loves an arch.
here, going down there, and Volo's with you, and you see that there is just like a thing that comes down here that are like very narrow bars, and like a gate behind it. So first come down a bunch of metal bars, then behind that is a gate.
You know, it does feel as if we were just locked in.
And then Volo immediately, you see he pulls a scroll out, goes, just one moment, please. And you see that he glows and then evaporates into a mist. That mist goes through the bars, and then he reforms on the other side.
Me next.
I do apologize. I promise, if anything happens to you, I have plenty of healing potions. It's going to be fine. But I'm going to stay here, and you guys clear the way. I will double your pay. Everything's going to be great. And then when you come back with your experiences, we'll talk about it, and I will dedicate my next book to you.
Oh,
Yes.
That's quite nice.
So just straight ahead. I'm going to be here the whole time. You can yell back to me. We can talk through, because yep. So if you just, I guess I should tell you what we're looking for. We're looking for a little journal. All right? And on the front of it, it should say the Inferno.
Boulder can't read.
Cass,
Boulder.
can you read? You can read. You read my books. Yes?
Yes, I can read,
Great.
and I did read your books. Yes,
I'm
certainly.
so happy you came along with us.
I'm so happy that you cleared this before we get on this heist.
Boulder should be guarding Volo, or Boulder should be guarding our new friend who can read?
Guard our new friend who can read. Guard
You got
everyone
it.
who can read, Boulder. Reading is important. We need more people who can read in this world,
Guard everyone who can read. Got it.
so that they can
Right.
read my books. So onward to the next room.
Right.
Let's
yes.
go.
And what's I'm going to try to get my feet off of this carpet. Do I feel like I'm sinking into this carpet?
No, you're not sinking into the carpet. You clearly hit like a switch that was under it. Like you stepped on something, like the floor went down a little bit.
No longer
and that's what like
got
triggered
it.
everything else. Yeah.
All right. Well, so Boulder, be mindful of where you step. There's pressure plates in the ground.
Yes. What should I call you, Mr.
Cass is fine.
Mr. Cass? Mr. Volo, Mr. Cass. Boulder.
Boulder,
Bo-
indeed.
Boulder
Very
steps
good.
right on the rug.
Right. Onward, down the hall.
You guys can control your figures, right? Is it
Sure.
letting you do that? Okay.
I'll go this far down the hallway.
Great. As you walk down the hall, you have dark vision, right? Yeah, I think you
I
have
do.
120 feet of it.
Yes.
So you start to see the outline of a statue in the middle of the hall. The hallway continues right past it, but there is like this golden statue. It has like a monkey's head, but with like elongated ears that kind of curl. And then it also has like, it's like wearing like a cloak of some kind that like the metal of it like wraps around the base. And it seems that like the actual monkey is made out of more stone, and then it has like these clothes on it that are made out of like a metal, so it's like a hybrid statue.
Have I?
But it's made out of stone.
Stone and metal, yes.
Look, Mr. Cass, someone we can ask for directions.
Yes.
Boulder walks over.
Okay. Are you just walking right in front of it?
Yes.
So you walk in front of it, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Once I actually pull up my... Sorry, I'm so busy role-playing. Here we go. That's not gonna be good.
You have high dexterity. Your dexterity
Ooh,
should
yeah,
be
apparently
fine.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't the literal boulder have high dexterity?
He's got 2 stats, and those are strength and dexterity. That's okay.
Boulder can't read, but Boulder can take a punch.
Yeah. So the 24, you step in front of the statue, and you actually see that the, like, stone eyes of it fold down, like, sink down into, like, little crevices in the face, revealing dark gems. And the second that the gems are kind of released, the area in front of you starts to fill with it like a shadow that's like sinking from the base of the statue and like filling that area a little bit. But you're able to like turn into a rock and roll out of the way back to where Cass is, and you don't get enveloped by this, and it stays there for a few minutes, but then it dissipates.
Not directions.
Not friendly.
Not friendly. Cold, stone cold jerk.
Sure. Is it possible for us to somehow sneak around this stone cold jerk?
It does seem like those gems in his eyes are gone now. Like whatever magic was in it has like been kind of used up, so it doesn't look like you would be able to trigger that trap again. But there does not seem to be a way to like get around the boulder unless you were to like somehow jump over that area maybe, but it's still like it's still a straight go.
Did Boulder try to leap over the area
You
with
absolutely
Mr. Cass?
can. Give me an acrobatics roll.
Well, would Mr. Cass like to get on Boulder's shoulders? The Boulder's shoulders ride is a rite of passage for all my clients.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think this is 100% the best way to tackle this
I will
challenge.
say, if you're carrying someone, you're gonna have it at disadvantage.
But I'll help by encouraging him.
Let's.
Fine.
Boulder says
It's just a
let's do it.
straight roll then. God.
Onward!
Nat 20s! What the fuck?
So Boulder puts Cass's legs over each shoulder and gives him a little shimmy.
Hold on to Boulder's shoulders, old man. I was the top track star in rock school, which I entered at age 42. And I actually am still in school. I'm in 3rd grade. And Boulder leaps over the stone, a beautiful arc, and then lands and rolls. And as he unfolds, he props up Mr. Cass on his shoulder.
Oh! Well done.
Amazing.
Thank you. You're a much nicer client than Mr. Volo, but don't tell him I said that.
I would never. Is he cool in person? He seems like he'd be cool in person.
Well, Boulder has an NDA. I mean, Boulder can't just talk about these things. You're going to get Boulder in a lot of trouble with the...
I was surprised he forgot to make me sign the same NDA. You'd think it would be standard, but this does seem a bit rushed. Of all the heists I've participated in, this one does seem the least planned out.
Well, hold on. What heist? I thought we were shopping.
Right, of all the shopping expeditions I've been on, this one seems the least planned out.
Boulder
Usually
does not
there's a
drink-
list, right? Like a grocery list.
Right, yes. Boulder doesn't really, commit crimes. Boulder's a guard. Boulder's big on rule of law. But
Lawful good, indeed,
Boulder
right,
doesn't-
sure.
Boulder doesn't
Yes.
steal.
No, where I'm from, if I followed the laws, my eyes would be gouged out because they're white.
That's terrible.
That's true. This is a true thing
Just
about
all
the
this
Dwergar.
horrific knowledge.
Yeah.
That is
Yes,
a horrible
yes.
thing, and Boulder wishes that Boulder never heard that.
Yes. No. Yes. You did too much hair. Straight to jail. That's Dwergar society for you.
Boulder is so sorry. Boulder can't control the moss on Boulder's head. It just grows, and if Boulder got in trouble for that, Boulder
Oh
would be.
my god, he's got a
That's-
fucking chia pet haircut.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes when it rains, Boulder's hair just poops up. Horrible.
Amazing.
Boulder has to trim it with hedge clippers.
All right.
Incredible.
You guys
Sometimes
finally
Boulder-
come to a larger chamber. This one has rows of vents on the ground. And the walls are all adorned with different kinds of mirrors. All different sorts of shapes, all different sorts of like colors on the brim. One is all gilded, one is like very plain but silver. There's one that is encrusted with gems, just an array of mirrors, and then this floor that kind of has grates in areas that don't seem to have any particular pattern to them, really. Like sometimes, like if you're in like a chamber, you would think like there's a grate in the ground for like air ventilation or something. This
Typical
doesn't really
chamber
seem
stuff.
to make sense for that.
No. Very strange. Odd vent placement in here. Doesn't seem up to code.
Mr. Casa, Boulder does not understand why anyone would put crevices in rocks anyway. I mean,
Sure.
they're perfect. No.
Right, just as they are, yes. No, we should
They-
accept rocks as they exist.
Just accept
As
rock.
we find them. Right, yes. Excuse me, Mr. Volo. What do
Yes,
we do
my
with
friend.
the mirror room? What's with the... There's a room full of mirrors. Do you have anything for this?
Let me check 1 second, please. And he looks-
Volo's guide to this particular place.
The map just says fire.
Fire.
Just all capitals fire with an exclamation mark.
Is that like a warning or like an instructions?
Which do you think it is?
It could just be really cool, like, it's fire.
It's up to interpretation, I suppose.
This
All
room
right.
has been indicated as lit.
I guess I'll pull out a torch out of my Dungeoneer's pack. Light it up.
Level 1 shit, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, let me help
Light
you
this
here.
torch. And are you walking like into the room, or are you staying on the outskirts, or like are you going near a vent? Are you going near a mirror? Where are you going in this?
I'll avoid the vents,
Okay.
and I will look in the mirrors, I guess.
Here, I'm gonna mark on the ground where the vents are real quick. 'Cause
Appreciate
that
it.
May be relevant in a minute.
Ominous.
Mr.
I'm
Cass,
just gonna mark where all those shadows are swinging over the ground.
And then I need you to put your token wherever you are when you light up this flame, please.
Spark it.
I light it near the entrance that I walked in, and then I'm going to
Okay.
walk into the room with the flame, attempting to inspect mirrors in the hopes that I will discover where I'm supposed to put this fire.
Sure. So you walk to, we'll say about there. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I have
Walk
no idea
a
what's about to
little
happen,
ways
so.
into this room. Your torch is reflected in the mirrors around you. You see
Right.
yourself reflected in the mirrors around you.
Oh, handsome guy.
There then becomes a sound, like you start to hear like a whirring sound a little bit in the air. It also kind of feels there's kind of like a tingly sensation in the air. Like static. You see that the grates on the ground all
Why is
open
it
up into
spicy?
pits. They don't seem to go that far down though. Like you're standing pretty close to one, you can look in. It doesn't go that far down. It's probably maybe like 6 feet down these. Your light goes out, but it stays in the mirrors.
Oh.
The whirring gets louder Now you start to see between some mirrors, streams of fire start to connect the mirrors slowly going towards you. And they're like connecting across the room, and it's like kind of turning into, the best way I can describe it is beams of fire that make up like a Mission Impossible situation. Kind of like JJ's background.
Yeah.
As they all
right.
start to
Got
go
it.
on, getting towards you. What do you
Uh-huh.
do? You got one round before this is about to hit you.
I guess I will try to slide under this fire mess situation.
Okay.
Towards the door? On the other side of
So
it?
you're like diving kind of situation.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity saving throw DC 15.
Ooh, alright. This is a nat one. Nat one.
You
Was a nat one.
Wait, can Boulder guard? Can Boulder stop him from doing that and
Are
say
you
no?
you're trying to jump in front of him? Like to block
Yes.
the beam from hitting him so it's gonna hit you instead?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. You jump in front of him with your action, and you block the beam. As it gets to you,
Right.
you take...
Boulder's made of rocks.
I am aware. If you have resistance to fire damage, it'll say on your character sheet. You might, but I don't think you do.
Yeah, what does it say for the sentient rock in the player's handbook?
I built him as a Earth Genasi. They might have resistance to fire. I don't know.
I don't think they do.
I don't see anything like that.
Then you don't have it, so
Somebody
it's gonna
dabbled in
burn you just
Genasi.
like anybody else. As you take 10 fire damage.
Yikes.
Are you alive?
No, I'm dead.
Oh
No!
So it begins. The TPK.
Ah!
My
You guys
oldest
see
friend, Boldy.
As this beam, like multiple beams hit him at once, and he just shatters into a million pieces. John, you now have...
He left the call.
Wait, no, come back! You're not... Just come back! God damn it. He wasn't here when I explained it's okay if you guys die. I didn't realize it. Fuck. John, come back!
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. You're still in the game.
I've become pebbles.
Hold on 1 second. There it is.
Boulder guarded.
John,
You did good,
Boulder.
buddy.
you now have a fear of fire
Because of that time it killed you.
because of the time it killed you.
Logical.
So you get the positive and negative effects of having a fear of fire.
Right.
You guys should see that now, right? You guys see the
Uh-huh.
handout? Okay, great.
Perfectly understandable, really.
Great. And now we all understand how this mini game is going to work.
Yes.
We do not. I don't understand it.
You got it.
You did or not?
All right, we are going to pull away from this moment.
Wait, so is he dead or isn't he dead? You didn't answer my
Is he
question.
dead or not?
We'll
I'm holding,
find out.
holding this crumbling pile of pebbles in my
We're
hand.
gonna find out when we return to this. We're going someplace else for a little bit.
No.
To the city of Neverwinter.
Ooh.
Oh, this is wildly not in the right location for everyone at home. Let me adjust this map. So sorry, everybody. The maps, they're all different sizes, and my job is hard. Okay, so,
You do such a good job.
thank you. I try really hard. Here's this one. Neverwinter. A city reborn from the ashes of destruction stands a testament to resilience and renewal. Nestled along the Sword Coast, this bustling metropolis is aptly named the City of Skilled Hands, due to the craftsmanship and industry that flourishes within its walls. The remnants of Mount Hotenu, a once devastating volcano, loom in the distance, serving as both a reminder of the city's tumultuous past and a source of economic prosperity through the valuable resources it yields. The cityscape is a blend of ancient architecture and modern innovation, reflecting a commitment to progress and reconstruction. The exterior of Castle Never, a formidable structure standing atop a rocky prominence, exudes a sense of authority and vigilance. Massive stone walls and towers form a protective barrier around the castle, while banners adorned with the symbol of Neverwinter, half red, half yellow, with a sun emblem, flutter in the breeze. Surrounding the castle, a meticulously landscaped courtyard provides an imposing approach for visitors and serves as a strategic point for defense. It is also the meeting place where you have been summoned to meet your employer, Ronald Evergreen. Donnie, how is Ronald Evergreen waiting for the people that he hired to help him today?
Who is Ronald Evergreen?
That is what you told me your character's name was.
In fact, my name is Roland Evergiven.
Never mind. Jesus Christ.
Wow, Ronald Evergreen?
Using a series of glyphs known as English, I spelled this out for you in order to interpret. But seeing as I have to explain this myself, I am Roland Evergiven. I have beautiful red hair, long red hair. I'm dressed well, probably in turquoise. And if I'm not doing anything, I'm probably standing around the courtyard vaping.
Alright.
Just sort of taking it all in, never really been here before. Examining the greenery, the stone walls, the people. You know, big tower, imposing. Love the greenery. Hello, hello, I say to passers-by. Roland is my name, I say to them, introducing myself as they go on.
Sam.
I have red hair. If I didn't mention, I have red hair, long red hair.
Sam, could you describe yourself as you come to the meeting place?
Just describe right now. Don't go.
Yeah, like what
character.
does Roland see as you walk up? Also, now I am seeing the name, and it is what Donnie said.
Impossible.
What does Roland see? So, Roland sees sauntering into the room.
Hello.
Yes, in the finest of ways.
Outside.
Oh, into the outside.
Out of the room.
Roland sees a fairly short, for tiefling size, around 5'6" or so, little tiefling with reddish pink skin, bright yellow piercing, and this lavender blue hair, which her horns also match. So, we're just this fashionista here. Kind of like sauntering in like a princess waiting for the red carpet to be rolled out. That's the type of attitude we're coming in with.
My word, I thought we were in a garden already, but the colors have clearly arrived late. And I take her hand and smooch on it. You say, Roland Evergiven.
Oh, aren't you quite the catch? I am Daphne Foxglove, but people call me Daphne, Daph, and things like Duchess of Delirium, Damsel of the Dread, Queen of Madness, Ruler of the Inferno, catch the drift.
Such an honor to meet so many royal people in one person such as yourself.
Well, it does take quite a bit to, rule over these peons, but it's just so much fun.
Oh, I'm very excited about whatever adventure we're about to get mixed up in.
And finally, JJ, as you approach the group, could you please describe yourself?
Yes, so the group sees a man about 6 foot tall, sweeping, flowing, jet black hair, pierced green eyes, wearing a deep blue gambeson with gold filigree around it, and a jet black cape with a white inset flowing behind him. And on the cape, or the chain rather, holding up the cape, you see the symbol of what looks like a gauntlet, and on the gauntlet there's an eye situated on it as well. And on his side you see a pretty ornate longsword, as well as his brown boots, and he starts making his way over to the party.
Well, looks like our parties are getting another player.
Yes, all the color has arrived, and now here is the darkness of the cloak. Hello there, you with the gambeson.
Yes, pleasure
Might you be looking for the rest of your party?
Indeed, I am Inquisitor Caiaphas Carnifex. Pleased to meet both your acquaintances.
Inquisitor Caiaphas Carnifex, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Roland Evergiven, and I kiss his hand as well.
And I am Daphne, but you can call me Daph. Can I call you Kai or something, a little bit spicier?
Inquisitor will do fine.
Inquisitor. Okay, that's
Very
very official.
Yes, good. What is this symbol you have upon your chest? Is this the fist of the eye star?
It is that of the holy symbol of the Church of the God Helm. And I myself am one of the paladins of the Helmite order, known as the Vigilant Eyes of the God.
Shouldn't it be a helmet?
That would make sense.
The arcane religion arcana different, yes. If you think about it, I suppose, a helmet is nothing but a gauntlet for your eyes.
Exactly.
Yes,
That is,
good.
we've had many discussions around this exact thing in the order.
Oh, yes, interesting. Well, forbid me from boring you with that same discussion. What are we doing here, do you think? Are you excited for this? I look around for any additional people.
Hey, let me just time out for like 2 seconds. Lex Mandrake, I appreciate you because you typecasted exactly what I was going for. So high five to you, pal. All right, and scene.
No one else is there.
Do we have any kind of, I guess, like notices or invitations or something that would lead us to the castle?
You and the Duchess were sent letters with like an emblem on it. That just kind of had the Neverember like crest on it. And you were told to meet up with Roland.
Roland,
Yes.
was it?
Yes, it is Roland. That is my name. Listen, if I am putting out what y'all are laying down, you're here for a mission, perhaps somewhere in this very vicinity? And I look over at Castle Never.
Caiaphas goes through a pocket in his gambeson under a chest plate, and he pulls out the, not necessarily invitation, but like, hey, like show up here, and he goes, perhaps you can address what this means, and he hands it
I
to
too
yeah
pull out from my chest plate the letter. I came here because I was bored and looking for something fun to do. This is the most fun thing. I like mysteries.
Excellent. I'm going to take those letters and examine them for their authenticity. 1 second. Yes, everything seems to be in order here. So, here's the deal, everyone. And I'm going to pull the bushes shut around us so we can have some privacy. I'm going to need your help you two are obviously the best people suited for this job. This castle never contains a slip of paper that I would like to get my hands on. How are you two with paper?
I sometimes burn them, but depends
Well.
on what you want me to do and what's in it for me.
Specifically, you might have trouble burning this particular piece of paper. As you can I pick up a cat. So, the two of us, the three of us, the four of us, are going to be infiltrating this tower.
What?
On the down low, we're going to be searching for a contract held within the castle, a piece of paper, unburnable, and in reward, excuse me, as a reward.
I have never
for this-
seen Donnie have to deal with a pet, and it's the most comical thing in the world for me.
I don't know who that is. In reward, you will be promised riches and rank in your religious organization. Certainly, as I proffer the reward promised in the letter.
And what are the contents of this contract?
That's for con to know and tract to find out.
So sounds devilish, if I do say so myself.
And you say
Really?
this is unburnable.
Well, we'll see. I certainly hope you don't try.
Yeah, you notice when you say that and hearing the Daphne's I guess mention of it being devilish, so to speak. You notice that in Caiaphas's right eye, it starts to gleam red, and it dissipates at hearing that.
Ooh.
And the contract we shall find then.
There's a reason I
Fancy.
hired you, Kai. Yes, good.
Um,
So,
I would like Sam and JJ to both roll insight, and I want Donnie to either roll persuasion or deception, your choice.
you got it.
$21.
Terrible.
What did you say my
You
options
guys are
were?
all rolling with advantage. Why is that?
Yeah,
don't know.
you wrote the game.
Do you guys not have the
Uh,
toggle at the top of your thing?
Negative.
I turned off my
Wow.
toggle. It's under the gear.
Okay.
I don't
Next
have
to
a
spells.
toggle.
Here, hold on.
don't-
Well, let me fix your character sheet real quick. I
I'll roll again though. That was not
No,
my.
no, it's fine for this. I'll answer.
Yeah.
What were my
So,
options again?
You can either use persuasion or deception, your choice.
You've got
for
it.
Fitting the situation.
Okay,
Love it.
I fixed it. Let me reroll
Natural
this.
1.
Oh, well then, do I have
Yeah.
to roll anymore if Donnie
No, you
failed?
don't.
Okay.
So both of you for a second are listening to Roland speak and talk about the castle and all these things, and you get the sense that they are not being fully truthful. It doesn't seem like they are outright lying, but there is something they are not telling you. And JJ, with a 21, I will let you roll a history check.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Where are we at? A 7.
He looks familiar, but you can't quite place him.
Roland? Donald?
Yes?
Okay. Say, Roland, you do look familiar, but I can't quite place it.
I haven't an idea what you mean. And I strike the pose of the painting behind me.
Is it of
In
you?
this garden.
Is it of Ronald? Roland?
I don't know what you mean. But anyways, so we will be infiltrating this castle now. I've never been here before, but I do know
Wait,
because
you've
of a
never
little.
you've never been here, but your painting is up on the wall.
In the garden.
This
does-
is common Neverwinter fashion, and while I do exude local energy, I think that has to do more with my Alaskan heritage than anything else. So
Yeah, I'm casting Divine Sense. What do I see from this person? Am I getting
they're
any?
human. Like, there's nothing fiendish.
Yeah, but there's
or
nothing.
anything
There's
like that.
nothing like. There's nothing evil emanating off of this
No,
human.
nope. If anything, there is like an. So when you're around people who are very pious, there is like an aura that comes off of them. That's not the aura here, but the aura of like someone trying really hard to be a good person. Like they're
Okay,
trying
that's-
so damn hard. So there's like this faint aura.
Can I try to persuade them into telling us a little bit more?
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, tell us what you say, and then that's up to Donnie if he wants to make you roll a persuasion check to.
Okay,
to
fair.
persuade
Fair.
them.
Oh, Roland dear, I know we just met, but I could just tell there's, this connection happening here. I only do things when I find them extremely intriguing, and in order to do that, I really need to know what we're dealing with here, darling, you understand? Like, she puts her finger under his
Yes.
chin.
Of
Yes,
course.
so is there anything I'd be so upset if I found out. And it's not a good thing, I promise.
Oh no, of course.
I'd be so upset if I found out that you weren't being upfront with us, I have had my fair share of decapitations of the humans, and I don't want to
Oh.
get into that.
Well, I certainly would love to keep my head to this journey.
Yes.
I have interned here before, and I spent my summers working delivery. So I'm familiar with the horse schedule, which has given me additional knowledge of the guards' comings and goings.
So you have been here before. How interesting.
Yes, I don't like to brag, but I do know that the guards sleep in shifts, and I've called you here at a particular moment because they're changing shifts soon.
There's no need for this behavior. And out of the other side of the breastplate and gambeson, Inquisitor Caiaphas pulls out an official inquiry, which can grant him access to such buildings, and he unfurls the scroll, and you see a stamp of the Neverwinter government on the bottom of it, and on the top it says something along the lines of granting access for Inquisitors to Castle Never, given the status of who they are and their former investigative deeds.
Do you have like a mechanical thing for this, or is this? Are you
I
just
absolutely
fucking
do.
with
It
me
says
right now?
official. My background is investigator, so I have official inquiry, which says your experience at gaining access to people and places to get the information you need through a combination of fast talking, determination, and official-looking documentation. You can gain access to a place or an individual related to what I'm investigating. Those, and then it just kind of goes on. But yeah, that's the gist.
I
So
look at the document. Is it real?
I will allow you to use this, but if you were to actually use that, like, with the people in here, then they know that you're in there, is the only thing. So...
What do you mean? Oh, like they'll be like wizened up to us showing up?
Yeah, so, like, obviously, if someone is having their house searched, and it's a big house, when someone's in another area, they may be hiding things, like, is all I'm saying. Like, they will be aware of your presence. So you
Let them
absolutely
know
can
an
use it.
Inquisitor of Helm has arrived.
Great. They're gonna
But-
pull Mar-Lago on us.
If you, who knows what they're hiding in their bathrooms. Now, if we, however, if you don't want to utilize this and you would like to keep things incognito, he closes up the scroll. We can do that as well.
Let's. Yeah, please.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm here to do whatever you need me to do, as long as there's something in it, again, for me.
It's my favorite thing to hear. And I apologize for any sort of initial deceptions I might have thrown your way, but you must understand, I'm level 1. I have but 8 HP to be doling out toward consequences. And you are the two of you are much more frightening than myself. So, let's, I say, make our way through this big door here. We'll see if the guards are sleeping, and should danger come across us, you all do your thing, cut off a head. Well, actually, if you could not cut off a head, that would be good for me personally, but a document deception sounds good. I'm not ruling out cutting heads off, mind you.
You know the teeth make fine jewelry sometimes.
Yes, and should they be practicing heresy in the form of devil contracts, then their head is exactly where it belongs, off their shoulders.
Good, yes. Good, glad I took these recommendations. All right, yes, let us make our way inside. Quietly, I walk in.
Where do you want to... You are very familiar with this castle, so...
Don't know that.
Using the ledger that I gave you, where do you kind of want to be heading in there?
I would love to take a look in the gatehouse.
Okay.
And if anyone is asleep, perhaps purloin their clothes.
Amazing. You walk into the gatehouse and you see that this is, as you said, the time where guardsmen are either sleeping or they're changing shifts. It is the opportune time to make your way in there. You see that there are 3 guards in there, but they are passed out. These guys are overworked. You also notice that some of the barracks are empty, so it seems like the castle is understaffed at the moment. And so these guys are completely passed out. I'm not even going to make you roll a stealth check for it. They are that zonked. So you guys are absolutely able to get in there and do an investigation check to see if you can find the spare clothes, spare guards' outfits.
Let's do 17.
With a 17, you are able to go in there. You have memories of being in here and kind of taking things from the guards when you were younger, and so you go in and you are able to find the clothes and pull that out and hand it off to everybody. They're a little dirty, but they'll work.
Can I get something a little special?
Yes, you can.
Sorry, I just saw that you got a nat 20 on your investigation.
Wait, that says intimidation, but
wait.
let it ride.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah,
well,
wrong
maybe I
thing.
intimidated my way. My bad.
You
Intimidate
go
you-
in
it's
there
scary.
and you're so damn scary.
Scare the clothes. Scare the clothes.
And if there
I'm
were
going to
guards
get-
awake...
I'm going to get her the fanciest outfit I can find in here. The cleanest one. We can wear the dirty stuff. She can wear the clean stuff. That's fine by me. There's a red one, limited edition from that one summer fest we had back in the day. You can take this, people will admire it.
Sam, turn off your advantage too.
I can't.
I'll do it. Sorry, I said I was going to do it before, and then I forgot. All right,
Dang, lawful
now
good
that-
inquisitor over here laying down the law.
It's okay. My chaos allows me to do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Where is it? Sorry, Memento.
It's okay. Do. I put on my fancy
There.
robes, feeling regal as ever.
You look marvelous.
There we go.
Truly.
All right, normal. Now I'm on normal. We're good.
Where would you like to go in the castle next? So you guys have your outfits on, you make your way out of the gatehouse, you're on the first level. Is there anywhere else on the first level that you want to take everyone to, or do you want to head up to the second level?
Well, I would certainly like a gander at the administrative offices, just to make sure there hasn't been any sort of changes since the last time I was here, so that perhaps I could lead them eventually up to some studies, some offices.
Sure. You are looking around the administrative office. You guys walk in there. There do seem to be a couple people who are walking around in page uniforms. And there
I put on a
are-
helmet.
You put on a helmet before you walk in. You see that they're very busy in here. There seem to be a couple desks that are stacked with I mean, piles of paper like this big. A lot of them you notice if you're like, walking by, taking a look at like what might be on the paper. It seems to be like a lot of them require the signature of Dagult Neverember, and it is missing. And you see that there are like some people there who are like, they have his wax seal and they're like just trying to like furiously like get them all signed. And it seems like there is some rush to get these papers processed.
Yes, I see that. Could I, perhaps on the way, try and pocket one of these seals of Dagult?
Absolutely. Make a sleight of hand check for me.
You've got it. 13.
Yeah, they're also frantically busy that, one of them puts the seal down for a second, carries a stack of papers over to another desk, and as they move away, you're able to snatch it, and then when they come back, they go to, like, instinctually grab it to, like, put it on a piece of paper, and they're like, no, oh gosh, I'm gonna get fired, and they, like, run away, and they, like, start looking frantically, throwing shit to try and find this thing.
Just like old times. All right, let's keep going. We've got offices to inspect here.
Would either of you like to do anything in the office before we leave?
While
That's happening.
Caiaphas is gonna walk over to one of the clerks and stare the person down.
You're just walking. I just want to be clear. I understand. You're walking up to someone and you're just.
Yep, I'm gonna just give him the death stare. And where do you keep your classified documents, your sensitive documents? And I will only take the truthful answer, and you better say it once.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh no!
Well,
Broken.
there goes Mike.
He's coming
back.
He's coming back, and he's back, but in the wrong spot. It's okay. I'll fix it.
Is your background Asphodel?
Sorry, yeah, it is.
Nice.
Well, now in my foreground is Asphodel. at the moment.
Notice we're all in the wrong spots, and that's okay, and everything's fine.
I mean, dead's
And
up
now
there.
we're good.
Just
and
being
now
dead.
we're
Whoa.
good. I just saw that John changed it to dead. Oh, no,
Nope.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
Now it's right.
JJ, you tried to intimidate so hard that you broke it.
That's what I do. I just destroy the universe.
Could you please roll an intimidation
Maybe.
check for me?
Yeah,
Is what
for
I would
sure.
have said.
Understandably.
Guys, it's a very loose
Nine-
game today.
19?
Yeah, you say that to this page that's sitting there. They look at you, and you do this, and they just break. Like, they just start hysterically crying, and they just push the stack of papers in front of them towards you, and they're just like, I'm not good at this job. I'm not good at this job.
Just totally broke his foundation. So you're giving up your
I
post.
give up! Just take it! You sign the papers!
That did not answer my question, Paige. And he grabs him by the shirt and pulls him through all the papers that he pushed towards Caiaphas. And then he slams him down on the table on top of the papers and he goes, "One more chance. Where do you keep your sensitive documentation?"
He kind of just, like, gestures around, like, these are all sensitive documents. You're in the office.
And he casts him to the side and casts Divine Sense again. Does he see any kind of abyssal or infernal energy coming off any of these papers?
No.
All right. My job is done in this room.
You do
am
see
going
all
to
these
get
pages are, like, terrified, though, because everyone just saw you, like, beat the shit out of one of them. And you see them all, like, backing up, because you're wearing a guard's uniform, so, like, they don't know that you're not a guard. And they're
Even
just
better.
like, you start to hear people whispering, like, did Dagult send this guy? Are we in trouble because we're not working fast enough?
I'm gonna go over to the one that's now on the ground because they just got thrown by JJ's character. Oh, darling, let's pick you up. And I help them up for a second.
Thank you.
It's going to be okay, Darrow. We just need to know, or at least I do, what exactly are you doing here? Is there anything that we should be aware of?
I love this good cop, bad cop dynamic.
It's just we repaired the castle because the castle was split in half. But it wasn't approved by the lords and the construction people or anybody.
Oh, no.
And so we gotta get all this approved, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. And if we get fined, it's gonna look bad for.
Who's going to get you in trouble? Do you mind telling me that and where I can find them so I could tell them not to?
Well, Daggle, Neverumber is gonna be furious if we don't get this all approved. He wanted it done like a week ago.
Yes. But where can we find this Daggle?
It's upstairs somewhere.
Upstairs?
Maybe he's in
Okay.
his room, I don't know.
Is that where he usually is?
Yeah, he doesn't normally come in here unless it's to yell at us, but I guess he sent a guard this time to beat us up.
No. Everything's gonna be fine. You just get back to work, all right? We'll go have a chat with this Daggle and see what we can, do. All right?
Okay.
All right.
You're
You
very
get back to work.
sweet.
Mhm.
He's not. I don't like him. He goes
Oh,
to
no,
start picking up the paper.
He's just so mean. I'll talk to him about that, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Are there still murmuring and whispering going around while this kind of like good cop, bad cop interrogation of this poor
They're all like, I mean, you see that like at first there is that, and then if you glance in their direction, they immediately get back to work.
Yeah, okay, so as that like Caiaphas goes to reach for his whip, and then as he sees everyone go back to work upon his glare, he takes his hand off the whip and makes his way towards the door out of the room.
You sure you're lawful good?
Oh yeah.
It's feeling real lawful evil, but okay.
I'm leaning towards lawful evil here, but okay.
Look, all right. Character alignment is fluid, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Very fluid. All right.
It's a spectrum.
I'd love to find the stairs.
Great. You guys end up going towards the stairs. And actually, you know what? We are going to take our break as you guys start to walk up the spiraling staircase that leads to the next floor. You hear a voice from above go, what is taking them so long? And you recognize that voice. And that is where we're going to go cut to break.
Okay.
Yay!
Stick around to find out, guys.
Soon.
Life is ever growing, ever changing. That's what I love about this place. I am less guarded with my spells than I am with my recipes. Magic shared is soon improved, but when it comes to my pudding, well, you can't fix perfect. As for my favorite story, there have been many adventurers, heroes, the Circle of Eight, companions of the Hall, Vox Machina. But it is always hard for a sequel to live up to its predecessor. The primordial dragons, Bahamut and Tiamat, worked together to create the material plane in the form of a single first world. Bahamut and Tiamat created Sardior together, the first dragon. But then came the outsiders, the Warbringer gods, hailing from the outer planes, jealous over what Bahamut and Tiamat had created. A war raged. Bahamut eventually fell. Tiamat was imprisoned, and Sardior hid in the very heart of creation. The gods were tired after such strife. Fiend and Celestial fell into a deep slumber. They were forgotten by their followers, and the dragons ruled in their stead.
Well, I think there should just be an ad for that.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Hi,
This
Dr. Nick.
castle where something's happening.
Hello.
Roland, where you were
Yes.
going up the stairs when you heard
Yes,
a
I was.
familiar voice at the top of it. What would you like to do or tell your compatriots to do?
Quickly, you two, up the stairs with me, and be cool.
You still have that
always
helmet on,
cool,
right?
I sure do.
Okay. As you all get to the top
Although
of the
presumably my long red hair is...
Oh, I can't hear you.
I can hear Donnie.
Say that again?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
it just cut out for me then, which means it cut out for everybody at home.
I was going to say, presumably my long red hair is going under the helmet, but yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way to the top of the stairs.
That was a
You
distraction.
see a man with long gray hair, about here, kind of scruffy face. If you look at his face, when you guys get to the top of the stairs, you see this man. He's dressed elaborately in like robes of red and yellow with like very detailed embroidery, and he has a crown that sits atop his head that is made out of gold and has rubies set in it. You see the crest of Neverwinter is on his tunic, and he is berating one of these pages that is up there. Are you at all focusing on them, or are you two trying to kind of play cool and make your way out of here, or are you like taking any moments to look at these two people at all in more detail?
Can we see the office from here?
Yeah.
You do see the office door, but it is currently not fully shut. You see that this man's foot is actually like wedged in the door as he's like half out, like berating this page.
Okay, I see.
What do we hear anything in passing? Like as we're in the vicinity, like what do we hear this guy saying to the page?
You just hear him say, "This was supposed to be taken care of weeks ago. Get down there and tell them to do it faster."
Yeah.
I want to barge in.
We need
Into the
to
conversation.
Yes.
You
wanna-
walk up. What do you say? Like, what are you doing? How are you barging in?
I am going, excuse me, sir. Like very
He turns to you and he goes, at first he turns, he's like about to be angry, and then he sees you and goes, "Oh, my dear, and who might you be?"
That is not of your concern right now. I was ordered to come here because I heard we haven't had the project done yet. And I want to see what was holding everything up.
"Oh, well then someone finally did something right." And he looks at the page, who like backs away really quickly, like as you kind of given him an out to like get out of there. He goes, "Are you from Lord's Alliance? What department are you from?"
I look back at my compatriots, seeing if they're coming in with me for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Also, if
I'm
you're
looking
going to be in my home, I should at least have your name, dear.
My name is Daphne. Thank you. But you can call me Daphne of the Royal Guard.
You see that he
Go
kind
back.
of does like a very elaborate like curtsy kind of situation. It goes, "Daphne of the Royal Guard, pleasure to meet you. Daggold Neverember."
Daggle Never Ember. I've heard of you, sir. You've made quite the rounds in the court.
I would hope.
Yeah, so when I came in, of course on official duty, but keep this on the down low, okay? I saw just piles and piles of paper, and I'm curious, what's going on? Are you not making this work? What's happening?
Oh no, everything is above board. Everything is working. Just just the signing of the papers it just takes so long to put the wax on the seal and put the seal on the paper and then roll it up and then do it again over and over. You see what I'm saying? But everything has been approved. Everything is fine. We just need to get it done. But I'm glad that you're here to speed things along. Have you been down to the offices?
Yes, and we've already spoken to your staff, making sure that things would go quicker. But I will be honest, I am also here on other business. You see, there are some papers, more confidential, that we in the court have been ordered to see.
You say that, and his face kind of, it's like there's like a little crack in the facade of this very politically like formal person, but there's like this like crack of malice as you say more confidential papers. Whatever do you mean, my dear?
Again, this is under complete highest security. I and my compatriots here have been ordered to retrieve some papers, or at least make sure that they are still in check. I need you to show us where you would keep those.
I need you to make an insight check in this moment.
Okay, great. Anyone want to help me out? Just me?
Yeah,
because you're the one having the conversation.
I'm saying I can back you up, but yeah, I mean, if things go awry, Caiaphas will step in.
You got this, all right.
I'm staring at Daggle's foot.
Yeah.
I was hoping
Waiting for my moment to slip by.
Okay.
I was hoping this would be more inception. Oh god, insight's bad. I was hoping for deception rolls.
You don't think there's anything wrong with what you're saying right now. But as you continue to talk about these papers that you've been told are here and that you are here to get, that are confidential, he takes a couple steps forward, and you see there is a emblem at his side. It kind of looks like the hilt of a dagger, but there's no dagger attached to it, that he kind of like switches something on it.
Great.
And he walks up to you, and you realize that the closer he walks to you, like, this man goes from kind of being, like, this slouchy, like, more, like, submissive-looking, charmer, and is now becoming a little bit more imposing as he walks up to you. Roland, as he starts to walk towards her, he lets go of the door and is now focused completely on her, and that gives you the opportunity to walk into the room.
Yeah.
What are you doing, JJ?
Yeah, so Caiaphas sees this. He casts off the guard's clothing into his opulent attire, and he draws his ornate sword, and he points it and puts it up to the guy's throat, up to his up to his
the guy.
The guy.
up to his Adam's apple, and he goes, "In the name of the Inquisition of the vigilant eyes of the god, I command you to stand down and address the lady's concerns now. Should you be harboring any sort of heretical artifacts or things of the sort, then we'll see how much farther this sword will go than where it stops now."
Make an intimidation check, but I will say, as you are saying this, you hear the footsteps of what must be 20 to 25 men making their way up the stairs.
And I'm just gonna go to the stash while I'm in here.
Okay, so we'll switch over to the office for a second.
Yeah, I got a 21 on my intimidation, so what happens?
Let me address Donnie's thing first, and then I will get back to what is happening in this hallway.
Inquisitor.
Okay, so... There it is. Roland, you walk into an office which is lavish and imposing, adorned with opulent furnishings and embellished with the symbols of Neverwinter. The room radiates authority and affluence. A grand mahogany desk dominates the space, meticulously organized with scrolls, ledgers, and important documents. Fine art and intricate tapestries line the walls. depicting scenes of triumph, prosperity, and even some of Waterdeep. Elaborate chandeliers cast a warm glow on the polished ebony wood floor, reflecting the wealth and influence of its owner. Strategic maps and plans are meticulously displayed, and further into the room lie rows of bookshelves filled to the brim with tomes. A metal stamp for a wax seal sits at the front of the desk, embellished with a crest of a sun and the name Dagult Neverember.
It's embellished, dear. I'm so sorry. I can't
sorry.
It's okay. Yes. Can I see his vault?
You do not see a vault visible.
Do I see a big ostentatious painting of him anywhere?
Yeah, right in the back of the room.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the vault that's behind that.
Sure.
Yes. So
you walk up to it,
swing it aside.
and you swing it aside. I assume you already know the code because it's you.
Of course. Yes. Zippy zip zoop.
And inside you see that there are a couple different objects. Could you roll a d8 for me, please?
Yes, I would love to do so for you. I have rolled a 3.
A 3. Oh god, this is gonna be fun. Alright. Scattered among the many things, your eye first catches on an orb that has lots of different colors that are swirling around it. You almost feel like you are drawn to it. And it is kind of sitting there. There are some papers behind it that kind of glow with a little bit of a reddish tint.
Yes.
Do you reach for the orb or for the papers?
I'm obviously very curious about the orb, but first I have family matters to attend to. So I'm going to take the glowing papers and put them under my breastplate.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You grab them, you put them under. Are you also going to look at the orb, or are you closing the vault?
No, I'm looking at the fucking orb.
You pick up the orb, and the second you touch it, you feel the colors from it start to sink into your hand. They go through the glass. They start to run up your arm and into your eyes, and your eyes glow for a moment. And then you come back to yourself as you have earned yourself a desire for chaos.
Yay!
Good place to find it, I suppose.
Hold on 1 second. My handout's right there. Desire for chaos.
Oh boy.
You're gonna love this one.
Oh, I
Ooh, a
bet
table.
I am. I love a table. All right, great. Well, with this chaos in my hand, I go up to the door and I listen to what's going on in the hallway.
All right, we go back to the hallway as the Inquisitor has threatened the life of the King of Neverwinter.
Excuse, I think we've gotten off to a wrong.
Yeah, you do that, and you do see that Dagult is shaken as you are talking to him. And you get the impression that it's not necessarily like the rage or intimidation in your voice that threw him. It's the fact that you are associated with a religious order and you are in his home, and there is something that he's not even necessarily hiding at this point because you got such a high intimidation, but he clearly is someone who has had bad dealings with religious orders in the past.
Oh, excellent.
Very recent past.
Very recent past.
As of 5 seconds ago, too.
But you are also at this point surrounded by guards. You have a sword to the King of Neverwinter.
I think we had a slight misunderstanding.
I would hope so.
I would think
Guards.
so. Excuse me. Remember who you're also speaking to. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
I am looking for a very, very specific contract in regards to rebuilding something that is supposed to be very highly secret. Now, I was told to find it here. Am I incorrect that these construction papers are not located here?
There are no construction papers located here. They're all located in the office downstairs. Make another insight check for me.
I'm just trying to work my way out of this. I wish I had more wisdom.
Even with an 11 insight, he's not lying. And you're starting to think that the papers you're here for do not have to do with construction. Like, that might just be like a separate issue that they are dealing with.
I am trying to now switch up the conversation back to construction.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to act as if, in this case, we are here for these very, very highly classified construction papers.
As I said, they are all downstairs.
Is there any alcohol around in this office that I'm in?
Yeah, there's an entire bar, obviously, with the most expensive wine in all of Faerun.
I'm going to grab some of the most expensive wine in all of Faerun and put it in my mouth and shuffle it around and spit it back out.
Amazing. Just onto the carpet in there?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You stay in the rug.
Unless you have a miracle, I have a move.
I look over at the Inquisitor. Well then, it seems that we have come to a misunderstanding, and I would appreciate if your guards over here would, bring it down. My guard will do the same.
Caiaphas then, again, he takes out his official inquiry, and he just with one hand kind of whips it down, and the scroll unfurls. And he goes, on order of the Inquisition, I have every right to not only be here, but question who I see fit, including that of the king. Because although a crown may adorn the head and a scepter the hand, the blood in his veins is that of the humblest citizen, and he is not above any of us, let alone above the Inquisition.
I'm going to stumble through the door. And I'm going to stumble through the door and toss my helmet to the ground and say, "Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!" And I'm covered in wine. There's wine on my breath. And I'm going to stumble out into these guys and I'll be like, "Don't look farther! Don't you hate this? Isn't this funny? It's a funny joke that because of your recent usurpment, you get it? These are my partners, and they were lovely in on the joke. It seems like you're having quite a time of here, aren't you?"
You step out and throw your helmet to the side and start talking and everything, and Daggled looks murderous. His eye is twitching, his mouth is just sullen, and he looks at you with utter hatred. He's like, "Get out."
But don't you want me to finish the rest of the song?
Out!
All right, come along, friends. We know when we're not wanted, aren't we?
What a party pooper.
I'm just gonna scoop my arms under their arms and rush them right down the stairs.
The guards part for you, and they all look like a little uneasy. Like one of them actually goes to like say hi to you, and then looks at Daggle and immediately stops.
Bye, Clem.
And Daggled just starts yelling at them. And as you guys are going back down the stairs, you hear him like scream like, "I never want him allowed back in here. I've told you he's not allowed in this castle."
And I'm just going to rush them back out into the courtyard and pull the bushes around us again.
Sure.
Oh, Roland. Well, did I hear that correctly? Did you call him father?
Well, I suppose the jig is up.
As if it ever was.
Did I not threaten decapitation for this, darling?
You are right, and no longer shall I deceive you. It is I, the true son, the inheritor of this volcanic wasteland, Roland Evergiven. I mean,
Ronald.
Rene never embark. And I thank you for helping me retrieve this devilish contract from out of the eyes of my distracted father. And by devilish contract, I mean, of course, that all legally binding systems are devilish.
Are you pulling out the contracts to show them or no?
No,
Okay.
but I am pulling out their reward, which
Okay.
they have so dutifully earned.
All right.
You pull out a bag of, like a little bag of magic items, and I'm gonna need
Yes.
both of you guys to roll d8s.
What? I'm on team get killed by a trap, and they're on team get magic items.
That's what you rolled, dude. To be
Damn
fair,
right, Michael.
the items that you guys get just give you the desires trait. They're not like once you touch the item, it's permanent. It's just like when you get a fear, it's the same thing. There's bad things and good things with both of them. There's not like it's not better than the other.
I'm on team dead boulder.
I got a 3.
You said D8.
Yeah, d8.
4.
Okay, hold on. Wait 1 second.
I like how John pops in for that.
Okay. Sorry, what were the numbers again?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay, 3 is. Why did I close this? That was silly. Oh, it's just minimized. That's what the problem was. Okay. 3 is. You pull out what appears to be a warhammer that actually on either end of it has like what look like a fist.
Here, I got you
Very
this.
appropriate.
It like pulls out this bag of holes. And you're like,
Hammer space.
and you receive as you hold on to this warhammer, which regular stats of a warhammer. You have the desire for strength.
How appropriate! I get a warhammer, and my character's modeled after Warhammer. It just
Meant to
How it
be.
worked out.
Serendipitous.
right.
Now, normally one could sell an item such as this for 40,000 gold, but I think you will appreciate the hammer itself more.
Desire for strength.
Oh hell yeah! That's totally going in my. So the warhammer you said has a fist on it?
Yeah, so the warhammer is just kind of like a regular warhammer, except that it has like 2 fists on either side of it.
So it's like okay, that's comical. Okay.
But like when you grab the warhammer, you are imbued with like this ability, so it's not like attached to the item. It's just this now affects you.
Tight. Okay. Yeah. Does it have a name?
The negatives and the positives.
The negatives are a gamble I'm totally willing to take because if I get +2 to strength, I'm gonna just wreck people. So let's go.
All right, and then you got a 4, right?
Yes.
4. Unfortunately, Donnie already took that one, so we're going.
Aww,
This one also
chaos
is
would have been perfect.
Nope, this one is gonna be better for you, I promise.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Rhaenyra pulls out what appears to be like a little dagger. But the blade is forged out of some solidified like red material, and as you grab onto it, it kind of liquefies a little bit and floats around your wrist as you are given the desire for blood.
Oh!
I will show you this thing. Like that was number 5 on the list. So
I pray this item goes some way to repair the damage I have caused our burgeoning relations.
Oh, you've made it so delectable, dear.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear.
And as
I'm
you
so
guys
happy.
all bask in a job well done, we are gonna go back to our torture room of horrors with the dead boulder.
To our one living man.
To our one living dude.
Oh, boulder!
gotta take the pebbles with you.
She died in my arms. I'm gonna see. Can I sift through the rubble here to see if there's like a baby-sized lump of rock that I can haul with me back?
Yeah, I'll allow that because that's funny to me. You see that like Boldy's like? Sorry, keep on Boldy. Boulder has like there's one rock that like was their face.
Yeah.
And
I
you
got
just,
the face.
You got it, John. You're back. You're not dead. You're just a face rock now.
You're in my arms. I've got you. I've got you, Boulder. And I'm running back down the hallway to where Volo was behind a magic cage.
To get like a little bit farther down the hallway and realize that there is now another barrier there. The same kind as before, where it's like the double bars.
Another barrier. Volo, I can't reach you. Roll the healing potion.
What's the? I can't hear.
There's another soul cage in between us. You have to just chuck the potion as hard as you can.
You want me to throw the potion? Are you sure?
Yes. Boulder's dead.
You can, because you have 120 feet of vision, which like gets you like just to like not seeing Volo, but you can see like the first like foot into the room that you guys started in, and you just see like, all right, and you see this little vial of red liquid. This gets thrown, and then smashes on the ground.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Boulder. It was too late, Boulder. I'm sorry. You're dead now.
It was like a Boulder's game.
Yes. But I will carry you with me on our adventures. You're a baby Boulder now.
I don't like that, but I'll do this one.
Moving forward, are you expecting anything else in this room? What are you doing?
I'm gonna fashion I'm gonna rip off some of the bits of my cape, and fashion like a little baby holder on the back of me, and I'm gonna it's like it's C-3PO at Empire Strikes Back, where just the head is like poking out the back. He's watching my back. He's gonna be. I have a rock face on my back now, and then I'm gonna try and make it to the next room if I can.
You start heading towards the next room. You and your new Boulder companion.
How you doing back there, bud?
So is it like a baby Groot situation where it's like a really cute,
That's what I
little
assumed.
Yeah.
thing?
See a pebble now?
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Alright, and you are at which room now? Okay, you have made it to, oh, this is a fun one. Okay. In front of you, you see that there is just like there's this straight hallway, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
going down the hallway, you see that there is just like a staircase, but at the top of it, there doesn't seem to be another floor. Like it kind of just looks like a staircase that goes off into a void. And then to your right, there seems to be a regular sitting room, with a circular carpet in the center that's like blue and gold. There is a rocking chair at the back and a little fireplace. What would you like to do?
Are there books? Look around the sitting room for books.
There are actually bookshelves, but they appear to be empty at first glance.
What do you think? What do you think, Pebble?
The baby voice was way too hard.
I add a couple of stones to your mass to make your voice deeper.
You gotta do it, John.
Aren't you 42 as a baby? Baby 42.
Yeah.
You're just tiny 42-year-old.
This is baby 42.
Baby.
The baby voice is somehow deeper than the voice of the.
Original folder.
Now he's just like a head with two little arms coming out of him.
Oh, he's like a little Geodude. That's fun.
Oh my god.
Pebble no make words good, but Pebble think that Pebble think reading would be a good skill if Pebble had that. That would be nice, but Pebble don't have.
Right. No. Well, now we have another chance to teach you, Pebble, the ways of reading. All right. I guess I'll just do a once-over on this sitting room to see if I can detect. I'll just walk all around it, on the carpet, sit in the chair. Really give it a once-over to see if I can find its many secrets.
Sure. The second you sit in the chair,
There we go.
you see that the bookshelves, the backs of them fold out. And once again, you kind of see a fog that flows into the room from there. And as it begins to fill up the room, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I was hoping this was like ambiance. Oh, well. That was a 24 Constitution save.
Oh, great.
It does. It's a bit of a minty smell, isn't it?
It's Pebble think it's a bit like sulfur, just like Mama used to make.
As a Duergar, you're kind of used to like this like sulfurous type of smoke in the Underdark, and you like kind of breathe it in, cough it out a little bit, but it doesn't seem to affect you. It almost kind of gets you like a little bit high for a second, but it quickly fades. It kind of, and as you go to stand up, like there's like a slight vertigo moment, and you get the impression that if somebody else had ingested this fog, they would have been like all freaking topsy-turvy, like no idea which way was up.
Not me. But and yet this room does not reveal its secrets to me. So I guess we'll have a go at that staircase, huh?
Boulder thinks that Boulder should do Pebble, not Boulder. Pebble, tiny Pebble, little Pebble, fruity Pebble. Thinks that Pebble should do a quick investigation, just in case. Pebble
Good
says,
idea.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll hold the pebble up. I hold the pebble up and kind of face the whole room. What do you see with your stone eyes?
Pebble looking up, you see that this staircase kind of leads off into like a void, but not like a scary void. I mean, I guess all voids are kind of scary, but it's like more like a starscape. Kind of looks like the astral sea a little bit. Like there's all these like beautiful stars. You see like nebulas off in the distance. Like it kind of looks like you're walking on a staircase, like just in a like space. It's kind of beautiful and serene. And you do see as like you're like pushed more forward that there does seem to be a door at the top of it. Are you guys going further up the stairs?
Pebble sees a door. Pebble sees some pretty lights. Pebble love pretty lights. Pebble want to go to pretty lights.
All right. Well, Pebble gets what Pebble wants. Let's go.
Thanks, Monsieur.
As you guys go up to this door, you actually like walk up the staircase and the door opens for you. And you once again see like this long hallway. Here, let me move you and roll 20 real quick.
A lot of long hallways in this place.
Don't
yeah,
worry,
it's almost like
Pebble will
it's a
protect
bunch of
you.
different dimensional spaces.
If you make the hallway too short, it's just a room.
Yeah, it's rooms and hallways, guys.
That is a Mitch Hedberg joke that never got written.
So you get to the top, and there are hallways going either direction, to the left and to the right. And you see in front of you the walls covered in like these large portraits. If you want, you can make a history check to see if you recognize the people in the portraits.
Sure, why not?
25 will get you everything. 20 will get you a couple. 15 will get you like one or two. Okay, you got 15.
Good news, I got 15.
So the first one you see, which is the one center in the middle, I'm now realizing I don't have a good picture of him except for at the very front of our module.
Paint us a word picture.
You see this man who is bald. He has a curly black mustache and a little black goatee. He is wearing very finely made blue robes with a white shirt. He is holding a staff, but the staff has been like scratched out, as if like an angry person like clawed at the painting. Like the staff is like missing. And also there is like a book under his other arm that has similarly been like kind of destroyed. And you recognize this man to be Mordenkainen, a very famous wizard who travels.
Oh, look there, Pebble. It's Mordenkainen, author of Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse.
Pebble never heard of that book, but Pebble knows this painting needed a good guard because it's all torn up.
Yes, if only they had had a Pebble or two around. Perhaps they could have protected the paintings.
Goo goo gaga, if only I were a bigger Pebble.
Goo goo gaga indeed.
Also to the left, you notice one of the paintings you also kind of recognize, kind of not, but it's more of a funny thing. You see this giant spectral hand that's painted,
yeah,
and at the bottom of it just says Big B.
Of course. That guy's got one thing, yep.
Got one thing. And that's
he knows where his bread
left.
is buttered. All right, so left is to Big B land of the Big B hand, and to the right, what are these three statues I see through this room? To the right.
They appear to be three different. I mean, there's no real other shape, I guess, to say. It looks like there are three golems made out of three different materials.
I've recently learned that's a hurtful word.
I don't know. There are three inanimate men made out of different materials, and the one that you can see very clearly, I believe, is the one that is made out of steel. You can kind of see one off to the left in that room that is made out of stone, and then there is one off to the right that you can just see the hand of that's made out of what appears to be like dirt or clay.
I will hold Pebble aloft as I enter that room.
With the inanimate men?
With the three inanimate men. Hello, chaps. I don't suppose you could point me to the journal room with the journals in it.
Yes, we both, Pebble and Mr. Cass read. We read a lot.
As you walk into this room, you see all three of their eyes start to glow, and the familiar sound of a gate being closed behind you.
This.
I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Oh, good.
Pebble doesn't get to hell somehow, I guess.
What's the initiative? I got a 9. What's the initiative modifier for a head? For a stone head?
I'm gonna say 0. He doesn't get initiative modifier. Just roll a d20.
His dexterity was great when he was a boulder. I don't know why it would get worse as a pebble, right?
Fine. +1. Then.
If anything, it would improve.
Actually, honestly, he would kind of work as like your familiar, so he probably goes on your initiative round.
I don't know. Pebble has a 19.
Oh boy.
Pebble goes first.
Pebble
pretty
has a
good.
19.
Yeah, can I? Maybe I'm Pebble's familiar.
You're just there to carry Pebble around.
Right. Yeah.
You're his steed.
Yeah, there you go. Spec Pebble as a cavalier. Let's go.
Well, you guys act first. So, what would you like to do? As you see them just start to glow and just like a little bit of help. Doesn't look like they're gonna help you.
Can I? Now this worked out badly last time I tried it, but can I try? I want to try and slide under the legs of the one that's in front of the hallway.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and you can choose if you want to do an acrobatics roll, or I would also kind of call this athletics. So.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do athletics. Let's do athletics. The 15.
Yeah, that'll do it. And you're holding onto Boulder or to Pebble.
Yeah.
Is
I
yours?
still got Pebble. Yeah.
Okay.
Do like Indiana Jones.
You run towards them, and they kind of look like they're gonna go to grab you. And not in an acrobatic way, but in an athletic way, you just pummel through them. Just like right under them, they go up and over you.
Low
like
center of gravity.
Yeah. And as you slide down the hallway, with a 15, you get pretty good distance. You hear the same slam of the gate behind you as they are now locked into that room.
Ah! Well done.
Exciting.
That was gold.
Mr. Cass, Pebble was very impressed with your maneuverings. Pebble wants to learn more.
Yes, thank you. Yes, no, I'd be happy to show you a thing or two when you regrow some legs.
One day, maybe one day.
You'll have an even lower center of gravity than me.
Alright, it's fine. I didn't want to play with the golems anyways.
They could have chased us, you know. We didn't. I didn't pull your arm about putting soul cages in every single room in this dungeon.
Look. That's how this dungeon works.
That's how this dungeon works.
That's how this dungeon works.
This dungeon has no master. It needs no master.
She found it in the woods, but presented it as is.
Hold on one second.
Meantime, Pebble sticks his little rock tongue out at the guys stuck behind the gate.
A little black.
Mr. Cass, Pebble confused. Pebble want to understand, why is breaking the law normal where you live?
Oh, it's not normal. The normal thing is to have your eyes gouged out and have shameful tattoos put all over your body. That's what's normal. I'm exceptional.
Pebble confused. But it's not, Pebble think breaking the law where you live is a good thing then.
Yeah, well, the law is bad.
The law is bad?
Yes.
Pebble gets very quiet and just starts
I love the arcs. So many arcs going on. So much character work. This is good.
You threw Pebble for like a philosophical like
Yeah.
joke there.
I
Join
can't wait to
Pebble's
see
new
the boulder you
podcast.
grow up into.
Rolling along.
Yeah, there's no moss.
You look out in front of you, and the floor seems to not exist. Like, where you are standing, you're fine, but it goes straight off into what appears to be like a cavern. And there are little ledges that go along the sides of the wall at varying heights. To
Slight issue.
essentially, you could potentially traverse to get to the other side, where you see that there is another like opening up into a room, and also there is a hallway to your right.
Is that
But
easy?
the hallway is like in the middle of the cavern. It's like kind of weird. Like,
I see. All right. So
does that make sense? There's like this void, and there's like a hole in the wall, but there's void underneath it. Or
Yeah,
there
right,
is
okay.
a solid ground on the other side of the cavern that opens up into a room.
which one looks more like an office?
Forget everything you knew about floors.
You can't really see this one that goes into the side yet. So
Yeah.
the one out in front of you, what does that one look like? Oh, the one out in front of you does look like an office of sorts. You can see that there are some like vials and contraptions, and it kind of looks a little bit more like a laboratory.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, Pebble, but for my money, it certainly looks like the straight ahead laboratory route seems like the way to go. So I'll take my bow and arrow and I'll tie a rope, one of my arrows, and I'll fire it across the chasm.
Okay. Go ahead. I guess roll like an attack on a wall.
Oh.
Pebble
All right.
Pebble
That
wants
was
to know-
a 12.
Yeah, it's a
How did I
wall.
do?
It hits.
Right?
It launches it.
Yeah, and I'll tie it off on this side, and then, shimmy across with my bow.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I think
no,
that makes
it
sense.
does. Trying to decide what kind of check that's gonna be.
It's a shimmy check.
I guess
Wait,
athletics. Yeah, I don't think that's. It's not like you're trying to be dexterous about it. Like it's just that's like just
No.
a strength thing, right? So
Yeah,
athletics.
16.
Yeah, you are able to get across. Pebble is with you. You guys
Yeah, I
just
got him on the
shimmy
back, yeah.
across the void.
Hey, as we go by, Pebble, I need you to look down that other room to the side. I gotta focus on this, but you look over there. What's in that room as we go by?
Pebble looks with his dark vision, and also, do I need to roll for something, or can I just do it?
Yeah, roll for perception or investigation.
How are you gonna get across to this rope if you had a whole boulder with you?
No, he has a little.
It's a pebble.
He has a pebble.
No, I know now.
Maybe it's all part of the plan.
Looking into that other room, Pebble, you see that there is, it kind of looks very bland. There's, like a chest in there, and there seems to be like a 4-poster bed. But besides that, it's pretty blank. There's also like one thing on the wall, but from here you can't really make out what it is. It looks like it might be some kind of map.
Pebble sees a map.
Right, all right. That's the map room, and we'll go on to the laboratory, see if we can find that Inferno journal, and maybe a way out of here.
Okay, Mr. Cass. This is pretty fun, but Pebble's afraid of heights. Pebble doesn't like this.
All right, well, we'll be over in just a moment. Ah, and here we are in the research laboratory.
Pebble is sweating.
Technically possible.
Yeah, technically.
Alright. You guys find yourself in a laboratory. There are many like tables in here with all sorts of vials on them. You look around and there seems to be like these floating orbs of light that are also kind of like slowly traversing the room. You do see that there is a bookshelf all the way across on the opposite side as you, and it's kind of like tucked away into almost like a closet area. Like it's like a little room. It's like a little side room from the laboratory where all these like books are kept.
Right.
And I think that's everything that I tell you right now. Yes, it is.
Well, since I'm on a mission to find a book, I'm going to head into the book room. I guess I'll just try and keep my head down from these orbs. Don't know what they are.
Pebble is trying to
as-
reach the orb.
You're trying to reach the orb
Goo goo gaga, pretty lights.
with your little arm.
Steady rock arms.
I'm gonna say
Little
that
fingerless hands.
your little arms are too short to get at them for now, unless Cass wants to lift you up. But as you make your way over
I
to
do not.
the books, you not interacting with these orbs they're not interacting with you. They're continuing to like float around, mind their own
Live and
business.
let live.
You go over to where the books are, and you try to walk into this room, and immediately there's kind of like this of like a barrier, like an invisible barrier that you kind of like hit into. It doesn't set off any traps, but it does seem like the way is blocked. And looking around the walls on this area, there seem to be a bunch of different arcane symbols.
The one time I don't bring a wizard.
No wizard in this wizard tower.
I cast Longbowman Extraordinaire. will attempt to read the runes
It's gonna be a DC
With my-
15.
with my -1 int.
Hey, you couldn't have done this without eyes, man. So you're still, you know.
Yeah, true. Twas a 9 that I rolled.
Yeah, looking at the runes, you don't understand what they say, but you are able to
Right.
pick up a pattern of
Oh.
when one of these orbs gets close, some of the runes light up. When it goes away, they dim. When other orbs come over, different runes light up. And as it goes away, they dim. So it seems like some of the runes have to do something with certain orbs, but it's not like all of them light up. It's like they must be attached to certain specific ones, but with a 9 you don't know what that might mean.
What do you think, Pebble?
Pebble wipes away his drool and
Who couldn't read when you were a full person?
Goo goo gaga. Pebble wants to use an insight check because Pebble's a child with lots of insight, a 42-year-old child.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
16. Oh my god. All right.
Pebble's been observing, so tell me what has Pebble figured out from these lights?
What's the vibe on them?
You get the feeling, Pebble, that to open this barrier, you must need to light up all the runes.
Open
And
the
because
barrier.
some of
Pebble
the
can-
lights, when they are close enough, light up the rooms, you must have to get all of them over there to light them all up.
Right.
Pebble.
But that was
Pebble thinks-
insight, not arcana, so I'm not telling you what the runes say.
Pebble thinks that if you want to read the runes, you need to let Pebble play with the lights.
You know what? It's sure. Why not? What could possibly go wrong at this point? I'll hold up my little rock monster buddy, and I'm gonna look for the light that like seems like it's out of sequence with the other ones. You know what I mean? Like there's one light that's just never there when all the other ones are, and I'll try and hold up Pebble to that one to see if Pebble can grab it.
Pebble, are you trying to grab one of these orbs?
100%.
Amazing. You grab this orb.
And Pebble dies again.
You are afraid of light.
You grab the orb.
Reform Sandy.
And you're able to hold it. It kind of feels like I guess you guys wouldn't know this because it's a fantasy world, but it feels like a balloon, like a water balloon, kind of, but it's glowing. But the second you hold it, the runes do light up next to you. However, the gravity in the room changes, and you guys fall upwards.
Incredible.
Which isn't super. It's like about 20 feet up. So.
Oh my god!
Let me look up fall damage rules real quick.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
1d6.
Mike
for
dies by
10 feet,
like
so it's just
fear of gravity.
Fear of heights.
Now you get 10 feet of flying speed.
So 11 damage from falling up to the roof. Are you alive?
I cough up blood.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
still trucking.
Can Pebble block his fall?
No.
Pebble's a guard. Pebble is good.
Pebble's a rock.
Yeah. If only you were a pillow.
Like if he's holding you out here and he falls backwards and lands on his back, then you're gonna fall on his fucking face.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
more damage. There you go.
Right, I'll roll more damage. Is that what you'd like?
Mike now has acquired
Here?
a fear of rocks.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't write that one, but I'll make the rules for it.
I'm sure that I think the Duergar have some sort of stone speaking ability, and this is a very funny way to use it. I think.
My stone sense is telling me that this is a bad idea.
I will
All right.
say, Pebble remained holding that orb. and it does seem like the runes, even though you're farther away, are permanently lit.
Yes, perfect. Good job, little buddy. All right, into the book room. If it's not in there, man, I don't know what we're gonna do.
So, the book room is now 20 feet above. Well, I mean, I guess more like, how tall is the door? Like 7 feet? So it's. Because the floor is 20 feet above you now. So you have to figure out how to get in.
You could.
Oh, I see. There's like a difference between the roof and the door.
Well, because
right?
now you are on the roof as if it is the floor. Like the gravity in the room changed. So the entry for the room though is still where it was.
How far? How far up is it? You said 10 feet?
Yeah, it's like 10 feet. It's a little over 10
that's
feet.
pretty far. All right. I'm gonna try something. I'll need your help, Pebble. I'm gonna tie off Pebble.
Okay.
And try to throw Pebble up and over. And Pebble, I'm gonna need you to help me with this. Like you're gonna have to leap off of my hands when I throw you. All right, I'm just gonna give you a boost.
Okay,
You
ready?
gotta jump.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to
Hell
throw him
yeah,
up
hell
there.
yeah.
So now you are up there on a ledge.
And I'll-
There are still 3 sets of runes that are not lit yet, but it does seem like the barrier has moved farther back into the room. So you don't have access to the full room yet, but you have access to the front third of it. And there are books
All right.
there.
Yeah, I'll look for the book that we're here to find, the Inferno journal.
Okay, you look, do an investigation check.
I certainly shall. It's 10.
There's a lot of books. You're looking at them. They do seem to be like in alphabetical order. So you go to and then it's just there's a lot of those.
Right.
But as like you're going through them, you get to like where the Inferno should be, and it's not here. But as you do get to there, you see like some other really interesting ones. Like you see the Circle of 8. You see the Black Staff. You see like it seems to be like these are like the section you're in right now seems like historical groups or people that have been like chronicled.
Do I see any kind of instruction manual for a magic mansion? No.
Sorry.
Drat.
There
Can
are
Pebble
still
just-
the 2 other floating orbs that are, well, now they're kind of back where you were, but because they moved with the center of gravity of the room. But we'll
How
just
long's
say
the
for
rope?
ease that they're going everywhere, I guess.
All right.
John, were you saying something? Sorry.
No, Pebble pulls a random book and says, "Can you teach me to read, Mr. Cass?"
You know what? The way I see it, we've got nothing but time. Might as well. We're just gonna sit down, cough up some blood, let ourselves heal a little bit. There's no obvious danger at the moment. I've got some food in my pack. Let's teach a Pebble to read.
Amazing.
You see, this one is an I. Can you say I?
B.
Very good.
All right, we'll say that you guys take a short rest trying to teach Pebble how to read. Pebble,
Great.
make an intelligence save to see if you can retain any knowledge, because I think you have a 6 intelligence.
Pretty sure I have a
No.
negative. in the-
Pebble repeats after you, but it is not retained.
Oof.
Just for everyone at
Good.
home, John rolled a 1 on on that, and then a 0 on history to retain knowledge.
Yes,
so that was,
I rolled a 1 on my hit dice to recover some health, so
Oh, here,
I recovered 1 hit point.
Great.
Thanks, level 1. All right. Well, here's what I guess we got to do, Pebble. You haven't learned how to read, unfortunately. You did. It was bang up job trying, but there's only so much we can expect from a Pebble who was literally born earlier today, not even yesterday.
Pebble really needs to finish 3rd grade. So
Right.
in the meantime, maybe we should throw Pebble at the other lights because Pebble likes the lights, and it seems that there are more books behind the lights.
I think that's the move. All right, Pebble.
We go.
Here we are. Fastball special. Let's go. He's
One.
tied off, and we're just gonna try 3. Ha!
So, okay, wait, let me understand what you're doing right now. So you're throwing Pebble at one of the orbs? Is that what's happening?
Yes, and I've got him tied off on a rope. So Pebble's gonna grab
Are-
onto one of the orbs.
Are you tied off on anything?
He's holding on to the thing.
No, I'm in the room. What do I
He's
need to
hold-
be tied to?
He's holding on to the bookshelf.
Oh, I see. Just in case the gravity switches again. Yes, you know what? That's a good idea. I'll also tie myself off to a bookshelf.
Okay.
I'll just be on the bookshelf is like a ladder, you know? So even if it turns upside down, I'm still like, I'm on it, you know what I mean?
Okay. You throw Pebble.
I got a 22. I catch it.
Yeah, I'll give
Hell
it
yeah.
to you. The second you grab onto that, gravity once again does change, and you guys
Ah!
are now once again on the roof. So
That's all right. I'm
and
on a ladder. Doesn't
all
matter.
the books that you have access to start to fall off the shelf and like fall down. And you notice now that you did not notice before. Everything on like the lab stations, not affected. But as these books kind of start falling and crashing into them and breaking, the like potions like start to spill on the far end from you, what is now the floor. It's the area you guys haven't like really walked over to yet.
Right.
And you see that like, so the books are affected by the gravity, but the items on the tables are only affected by it when they are hit by something.
You know, Pebble, it's going to be real fun when, after investigating all these books, we find out that there was a ring of not being affected by this puzzle over on those tables over there.
Pebble doesn't understand, but Pebble thinks you're funny and Pebble laughs.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us have an Arcana score. We're like -1 int and -4 int trying to solve this puzzle.
Honestly,
So-
can I just say, I made a fucking death trap, and y'all have made it so much farther than I thought you were going to.
Especially given their stats. I mean,
Like, you only have 2 traps left, really, in this puzzle, and then I'm kind of fucked a little bit. So.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Yeah.
yeah, the cave collapses and that's the end
I
of it.
really did.
I mean, I've got 3 hit points left. It's not going to take very much.
Wait,
I reel Pebble back with the glowing orb, hoping to gain access to the final area of books.
I know. I like feel bad now at this point. So you get the orb back, and you do see that the sigils light up. And the second that the sigils are completed, it does go back to like normal gravity. Which you guys are in that room. You don't fall really. It's more like you just kind of like adjust
Sure.
to where you are.
That scene
and
in
it does
Inception,
seem
yeah.
like the whole room is now available to you.
All right, well, yeah, I'll search the new part of the room to see if I can find either the book we're here to get or a book that tells us how to leave.
You got it. Another investigation check, please.
A self-destructing book.
Yay, there we
I
go.
wouldn't do something cheap like that.
I gain a fear of books.
No, you can't read.
How will you ever teach your rock?
So you are searching, and you find a couple interesting books, one of which does say the Inferno on it.
Hey, look what I found.
a book!
Incredible.
You also find one. So in front of you, like at the very back, is where you find the Inferno. But as you're walking back there with a 16, you catch out of like the corner of your eye an area of books where, almost looking in that direction, it kind of seems fuzzy, except for a book in the center that has your name written on it.
Huh. Well, that's my sigil. And the sigil of Clan Kipper. Hey. Well, Pebble, you can't read, so you wouldn't even know if it did say your own name. All right, well, I'm not leaving here without that book. And I'll reach forward towards the non-blurry book with my name on it.
You reach towards that book and you pull it out. Everything seems fine. Are you going to look in it, or are you going to steal it away for later?
No. We'll take a look.
You open up the book, and on the first page, you don't see your name or anything. Like, you kind of open it up expecting maybe you'll see, like, a family tree, something like that. You open it up, and you start to read. And it says on the page, Cass Kipper opened the book and began to read. And, like, as you're reading it, it's writing what you're doing kind of situation.
Incredible.
Never-ending story.
I'm just going to skip forward a few pages to see if there's a part about how to get out of here.
As you're flipping through the pages, at first they kind of seem blank, and the more you go, it's like the writing is trying to keep up with you flipping the pages, and the legibility of it is getting worse and worse. Like, it started out like very nicely needed and printed, and the more you go, like, it's starting to look like really like scratchy and really like someone's writing like very fast. And you get to a point where it does start to describe, like, the future, like you heading towards different things and how to, like, subvert them. But it starts to, like, the ink melts a little bit. You do see that there is a part where it talks about the door is behind the undead. But once you read that, it, like, starts to melt. And then at the bottom of the page, it just says, you shouldn't know this yet. And then immediately the book, like, shuts itself.
Yes, well, bit of a paradox, I suppose. I'll keep the book, though. So we've got the Inferno book, we've got the Kaz Kiporium, and the Kaz Codex. And I suppose that's, we're good to go. I guess I'll take a quick glance at the research lab tables before we try to head out.
Sure. Looking over at the tables, a lot of them have been smashed at this point. But there do seem to be, like, a couple that are still, viable. One is, like, green and bubbling. There's another one that is, like, a, kind of looks like melted silver. Those are the only ones that seem to, like, still be in solid vials. You also see that there are a couple scrolls that I guess you wouldn't know because you don't really know. You can make an Arcana check if you want to, like, try and figure out, like, what the scrolls
this seems
are
like the kind of thing I would show to a wizard, like a Volo, perhaps. Yeah. I'll just real quick stash those in the pack.
Okay, yeah.
Is there anything in Pebble's arm's reach? Because Pebble constantly wants to grab at things.
Pebble
is
grabs
there
another
anything
orb.
within Pebble's reach? Was Pebble looking at that book at all that Kaz was looking at?
No, Pebble was looking for a picture book.
Was looking for a picture book. I will say that as you are looking around, as Kaz is, like, storing these scrolls. Did you take the potions too? Sorry, I forgot to ask.
Yes, yeah. We'll take the potions too. Why not?
Taking these potions, you see that there is a book next to these things that you within your reach that has really pretty geometric shapes drawn in it.
Pebble's cousins. Pebble opens it up, trying to find more pictures of family. Where'd Pebble come from?
You open up the book and some of the shapes start to glow a little bit.
Pebble fucking loves this book. But Pebble doesn't want to get in trouble, so Pebble closes it and puts it inside of his little baby knapsack.
Sure. Why not? Amazing. Alright, so I assume you guys are heading back. There's still that chasm, and then there's the other room.
There's
but
a
there
bit of
isn't anything beyond this point.
Yes, I suppose our only chance for getting out of here had better be inside of that other room, unless, I guess. Hold on, I'll like scoop up like a loose, like random, like scrap of like debris or whatever. I'm gonna toss it into the chasm.
Yeah.
See what happens.
It falls down and you do not hear anything.
Please don't toss me down there.
Please do.
But Volo, are you down there by any chance? Does this magically lead back to the entrance? Be very convenient for me. Nothing. Dang. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna try and shimmy around to the bedroom that we saw
Okay.
on the ledges, right?
It's gonna be a DC 15 acrobatics check to get to that bedroom. if
15.
you're
These are
shimmying
narrow ledges. Dang.
Yeah, they're not wide. And
Pebble got it.
Pebble does.
Oh, Kaz didn't.
Wait, but
Kaz
I feel bad doing this.
has rolled a
Oh.
7.
Yeah.
yes, but I'm still on a rope, which means that I'm still on the ledge, and with my little pebble strength, I keep him from falling.
Kaz, you fall into the void.
We were so close.
I feel bad now doing this.
Yeah.
You
Wait, what
have
happened?
a fear of heights.
Yeah, there it is.
Hold on. I feel like
I thought
actually
we were
because I feel terrible about this at this point. I will give you a choice of
good.
3 because you did so fucking well in that dungeon was made for level 4 characters. Like that
Hey.
was wild. This was a wild.
The secret was to make your allies very small and then throw them around.
So I will give you an option of 4 different ones, and you can take whichever one you like. Because
Oh.
I am incredibly impressed by that whole fucking situation. So whichever one of these you mechanically like best, you can have. There is a fear of darkness, a fear of heights, a fear of magic, and a fear of traps.
You know what?
Those
I
should
think
all
those are
apply
all-
anyways.
yeah, these all make a lot of sense. I
Yeah.
think fear of magic is gonna be the one that I'm gonna go with.
Okay, you got
I
it.
think that makes the most sense.
Fear of darkness would be hilarious though for you.
Yeah, for a deep dwarf.
Pebble, as you now sit alone, unable to move, in what appears to be a bedroom, you hear, but do not see, what sounds like a bunch of, like, walls slamming together behind you. And what you see in front of you kind of doesn't make sense, but it's like the wall in front of you folds into the one in front of it, and then that folds to the side, and then it's like almost like you get caught in like what are those, like the paper trap things? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the origami things, like the origami star. It's like you're caught in like this origami folding situation of walls, but then that's all gone, and you're there, and you see these feet step up to you. And looking up, you see the man from the painting, bald head, the black goatee, the black mustache. And he looks down at you and scowls and kicks you. And you fall to the void as well.
What a jerk! What a jerk!
5 years in the future,
Hey!
Cass, Boulder, you find yourselves in the plane of Avernus.
This checks out with the kind of life I've led.
Boulder is very confused. Boulder thought Boulder followed all the rules. Boulder, little bad.
It's not. You are a little different than you remember. Your bodies are kind of gooey. You're what is referred to in the Nine Hells as a lemur.
I've become a Guragar.
Good regard. Basic. You guys are kind of at your tasks, which are the same every day. You are moving rubble as instructed by the Archdevil Zariel in her war. You are clearing paths for her armies.
Right.
And this is something you have now been doing in hell for 5 years. You are tired, you are exhausted, but there is no end to this.
I remember I used to be an adventurer. You remember that, Pebble?
It's Boulder now. Look, I'm a teenager at Boulder years, so you can't keep calling me Pebble, Mr. Cass. Don't call me Pebble Dat, Mr. Cass.
You're right, of course.
Sorry, that's just my rock hormones. I get it. I agree. We once were adventurers.
Yes, we sure were.
And I
Whatever
guarded.
happened to us? You
I
did. You were
guarded
the best
so much.
guard. Your guarding skills are frankly wasted moving all these rocks around.
Yeah, it's a shame for me to do this to my kin, but what can I do?
Yeah.
Boulder is in hell.
Do we see Zariel like around anywhere?
No. You guys are kind of just being... There are like 2 chain devils that are in charge of like the lemur forces and like their construction work. But as you guys are doing this task that you've done many times before, you do hear a familiar voice behind you. Are you sure those are them? I was very specific about the ones that I was looking for down here. Are you sure? I owe them a great debt. They look gooey. They don't look the same. Are you sure those are the right ones? And as you turn around, you see Volothamp Geddarm. But he is like spectral. He doesn't seem to be like fully solid. And he is talking to one of the chain devils and like pointing them, and he has like this contract in his hands that he's showing to them, and he's like, I got approval, I went through all the right channels, and are you sure that I don't know that they look right. And he
Mr.
goes over,
Volo.
and he like squints down at your lemur version of Boulder. He's like, Boulder?
Mr. Volo, it's been a very long time. Boulder guarded Mr. Cass just like Mr. Volo told him, and Boulder has failed.
No, you did great, Boulder, and I'm here to repay the debt. I'm so sorry I couldn't help you with the tower business. It was a bad idea. I found out if you just went and asked nicely that he would make a copy, but it's fine. We're good. We're here. Everything's great. And I'm going to get you out of this mess. And you see that like the chain devil next to him kind of like claps a little. And you guys do go from like these lemur forms back into your regular forms. And you mechanically now level up to level 5.
Yes! Oh, I feel stronger than I ever have! Incredible!
My rock biceps are more rocky than they ever have been.
Yes, you're looking like a regular cliff at this point.
You see that Volo kind of shoos the chain devil away and goes, all right, they don't belong to you anymore. They are under my ownership. So just on your way, and we will go settle the rest of this contract and won't be back, hopefully. And so he kind of just like tries to shoo you guys away from the devils as quickly as possible. Goes,
right, no, I'm super on board with leaving the work site. Do you have like a portal somewhere?
So here is the deal. I have a plan. To get you out of here.
Love that. Sure.
And
On board.
I will enact that plan and keep my end of the bargain. But I do need a little help from you to get to the end result of that plan.
You need the book from 5
No,
years
I
ago.
have the book,
it.
and he pulls out the Inferno and goes, yeah, as I mentioned, if I had just asked through the proper channels, I knew this other guy who was friends with that guy, and then he got it, and it was fine.
Right.
And I'm so sorry about what happened to you. My bad.
I guess I'm just
all in the
keeping
line of
it.
duty.
So, but all we have to do, very simple, is get to Nessus. I don't know if you're familiar with Nessus. It's, so we're on Avernus, and there's a couple of places, and then there's Nessus. So we need to get to Nessus.
We want to go down, not up, down.
No, you gotta go down to get up. You gotta go down to get out.
Boulder thinks this makes lots of sense.
Does.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's
As an
Boulder.
Underdark denizen, this
Yes.
checks out. Yeah.
So-
The deeper you go, the better, really.
Yeah. And there's there's a being we could talk to in Nessus that could get you out of here. And that's all we gotta do. And you might notice I look a little different. I'm a little bit more see-through than I was before, and that's because not actually here. But I'm here, but I'm not here. And that's because it's very hot here and very dangerous, and I can't really do this whole thing. But you
This would have been a
can.
neat trick when we were in the tower. This would have been fun. You could have
didn't
helped
have
out the whole
spell at
time.
that time.
No.
Didn't have
Why
it.
would you? No.
No.
Couldn't have done it.
So
All right. Well,
But I'm-
I think it would only be fair if during this adventure, if you were to furnish us with some allies, like I don't know, Lost Prince of Neverwinter, and like a Princess of Hell, and like a cop, I guess.
I
Do you have
was
any of those
actually
lying
going to
around?
mention that I have been corresponding with a Prince of That was a good guess. That was a very good
Yeah,
guess.
right?
Boulder is also.
And it
Good
seemed
guess.
like they also were trying to get down here for some reason. I don't know why. But we are going to eventually meet up with them.
Good.
Yeah. And we're
Well,
all
the
gonna,
guys-
and all of you are gonna go down to Nessus and just I ask like while we're traversing the Nine Hells, just take in the smells and the feelings that I can't have, and then tell them to me so I can write them down, and then I'll credit you in my book. It'll be great.
That fucking polo hustle.
I'm still 5 years later still enchanted by the idea of ending up in a book by Volothamp Geddarm.
Perfect!
Despite everything, my image of you has not tarnished one bit. You're still every bit as famous and wonderful as I originally thought that you were. To be honest, it's all of the rest of the nonsense is really on me, if you think about it.
Boulder
That is
agrees.
a good way to think about it.
Right? I slipped.
Yeah.
You didn't pull my legs out from under me
didn't. That
and
wasn't
drop
me.
me into hell. That wasn't you. That was me.
Yeah.
But, you didn't
I'm
give
glad we
Boulder a
agree. I'm
terrible
glad we
feel.
agree. I forgive you. So let's go.
It's magnanimous of you. Yes, onward.
You weren't the one who gave Boulder a fear of fire and then put Boulder in a place surrounded by fire. That was Boulder's fault. Totally Boulder's fault.
And
Humble.
with that is where we are going to end our game for tonight.
Great.
Masterfully done.
So
Wonderful.
stupid. I love it. This is the best.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit of an experiment. I think it kind of fell in some areas, but it was very fun in others. So, yeah. So next session, I think we had it planned for sometime in January. I will figure that out later. But yeah, so we are going to be playing this. It's going to be kind of a quicker campaign. I think we're only going to end up doing like 9 sessions or so. And we're going to be traveling through the 9 Hells. I do have a couple shout outs that I have to make because I used a lot of material from a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Guys, I love your characters. This is great. John, you've really found yourself in Boulder Pebble.
I'm always amazed with how John will take like this like random concept and then turn it into this fantastic character.
I think
Yeah.
Our DM deserves the credit because I approached Chanel with, here's a thing I want to do, and she's like, okay, here's how you'll do it.
Fair.
Happens.
Yes, I also love that you say, "What did I do to deserve this?" As though that question doesn't have endless answers.
Fair. I need to thank Brightland on Reddit for all the maps for Castle Never. The map for Mordenkainen's Tower is actually from the Rashka adventure of Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse.
Oh, it's just straight up in the canon,
Yep.
Mordenkainen's lair, huh? Cool.
So some of this was taken from Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Some of it was taken from Tales of the Yawning Portal. Some of it was taken from Descent into Avernus. And the rest of this campaign is going to pretty heavily be using either, for the first layer, Descent into Avernus, and then we're going to be using a lot from Chains of Asmodeus, which is an awesome guide to the Nine Hells that they are selling now on the DM's Guild. Cannot recommend that enough. The best $20 purchase I've ever made in my life.
Sick.
But yeah, so that is for me. Oh, also, I guess I'll do the promo stuff now. I wrote a book called The Festive 3. It is a holiday horror one-shot. Please go buy it. It's great. There's
It's real good. It's real good.
9 monster stat
That's it.
blocks, 3 magic items, 4 battle maps, and I can't remember everything. There's a lot of shit in it. Go get it. It's on the
Partridge,
DM's Guild.
pear tree.
It's great. It's also on the DM's Guild. Go there.
Donnie, is there anything you would like to say at the end of the stream?
Hey guys, this was so fun. Love to resume the role that some would say I defined in the canon of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, it was
Yeah,
really
100%.
nice to revisit our good old prince. Thank you, Janelle, for giving me the opportunity. You can find me across the internet at Dawn Shot First. My phone just died with all the information, but my friend Annalise is having her book published. Yay!
Yay!
So go search Annalise Dempsey on Amazon and buy a weighty historical tome about French naval history.
I mean, you know I'm
Yay!
gonna.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it.
All right,
Phenomenal.
Mike, what would you like to talk about at the end of the stream?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mike. Thanks for tuning in. If you had a good time tonight, hit that follow so you can get notifications for when we're going live again. Our schedule's been a little all over the place, but you'll always get notifications if you hit that follow. Or if you follow us on Instagram at Abandoned Podquest, we'll always have something up in the story or make a post about it or do some art. Speaking of art, I've been doing some art stuff over at The Curiographer on Instagram. So if you check that out, drop a follow. I would appreciate it. Been doing some fun stuff over there. So check that out, but definitely follow this channel right here, and I'll pass it along to whoever is next.
John, what would you like to talk about at the end of the stream?
Thank you guys for including me. Really appreciate it. This is a great group of folks. Very proud of our DM Janelle for publishing her one shot. It's awesome. Go pick it up. Otherwise, you guys can find me here from time to time or on the internet at Sailor Vitch. It's the W2V is me doing cosplay, and it's me. So just look carefully. We're going.
Next up, JJ. What would you like to talk about at the end of the stream?
You know, I would say you could follow me on Twitter, but I've pretty much jettisoned my Twitter, and I don't really use it anymore
All
because
good people
Friends.
should.
because
Yes.
that platform is a nightmarish hellscape. So if you could also, well, yeah, no pun intended for this game, but if you can somehow avoid the shackles of that Asmodeus, then you'll be better off for it. So outside of that, yeah, you could find me right here. I guess now we're starting to spin back up our usual scheduled programming cycles. So as I usually say, every Tuesday, occasional. Actually, I don't even know what occasional anymore we do. So I'll just say every Tuesday until until we add more to the workload there. But yeah, it's been real. Love you all. Hope to see you again soon.
You guys wanna play some Strahd next week?
Yes.
Dude, come on.
Yes, please.
Just
Yes,
of
please,
course.
always.
Yeah?
Always. Yeah.
All right, we'll firm it up in the group chat.
No, let's not firm it up in a group chat. We're firming it up right here. We're playing
Say
Strahd
right
next
now.
week.
Next
Hell yeah.
Tuesday. Well, wait. No. Is next Tuesday?
Any-
No.
No.
We're fine. All right, and finally, Sam. What would you like to talk about at the end of the stream?
So hi, I too am John, and you can also find me at Sailor Witch with 2 V's instead of a W. But yeah, once in a while I also pop up here on Abandoned Quest. I have a little show here called Dokinomicon. You should come stop by and watch that whenever we decide to stream it. But yeah, also I definitely
We got some backlogs.
we got
to
some
stream.
stuff to finish. Yes,
We
we
got
do.
some marathons.
We have some fun stuff in the works. But I also want to just take this time to just give total props to all my friends who are publishing books. Like, oh my God, guys,
Yeah.
y'all are amazing.
Woo!
And everybody go support. All right.
All right.
That's all.
Oh,
Oh.
one last thing.
Okay.
As we come towards the end of the year here, tune into Abandoned Quest next year for the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons, in which we will explore a doomed forgotten realms in our new horrible alternate history game, Doomed Abandoned Quest, for we have been betrayed by wizards.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so hyped for that.
Very,
Yeah, I am too.
That's it.
very hyped.
All right. Well, from everyone here at Abandoned Quest,
Don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
we are a little
Hold on.
out of
Yeah.
practice on that.
Feels good though. Still feels
Bye,
good.
everybody.
Bye. We love you. Bye.
Stumbling in the middle of the road, see taken out of his ear very recently. You smell blood in the air.
I must find the source of that blood. That's like what I'm doing right now. It sounds like a fun thing to do.
You follow the road down. He has blood streaming down his face. You take it that he might have been on the road as Chernobog ran by.
My good man, please, please, let me buoy you up with my strong barbarian shoulder.
What? Oh.
You seem quite disoriented,
Oh,
my
mister.
friend. Let me take you back to my vineyard where I will wine you and dine you.
Oh, mister?
Let me have you over for dinner.
Is that... Your clothes are so nice. I don't know that I can accept... Oh boy, I'm real dizzy. Yeah, can you get me in somewhere?
Yes, come with me. I am not too far down the road. My manservant there will tend to you.
Okay, so you take him back to the vineyard. Are you doing where do you take him in the vineyard exactly?
Into my house.
What room in your house? Are you like sitting him down in the kitchen or
We're in the foyer, and my manservant Gravensby will arrive.
hello. Is here, please have a seat in the foyer.
Thanks, mister.
He takes a glass of wine from Gravensby and he says,
My name's Trolnsky, and it's an orc name, you understand, and we have to come up with them real fast when they're born as part of our rituals.
One more time, it's Trolnsky?
Yeah, it's Trolnsky. You write the L under the N. And that's my orcish name.
What a lovely name, Trolnsky.
That's good. It's my mother's technically. It's not usually a man's name, but it's 1015 or whatever. So anyway, I was just coming into town from for the Sea Maidens Fair. I'm out near the Snow Beetles where I live, and I'm out here for the Snow Maid Fair with my brother.
Your brother, you say? He is someone who would miss you if you never turned up again.
I mean, I think so, but I'm too busy missing him. I got hit by that horse, and when I woke up, I didn't see him anywhere.
Von.
Really? I don't know, we just were trying to find a tree to sleep under. Couldn't find a inn that'd take a couple scrappers like us, but You know, we're from the countryside. We just want to see the ships. Have you ever seen a ship before?
Oh, yes, many in my time. They are quite beautiful, going over the horizon.
Oh man, you got a funny voice, mister. Where are you from?
I am from Fantasy Transylvania.
Oh,
It sounds real good coming off the lips. I'm glad I decided to name it that.
I think my ear's full of blood. I don't know that I got that down, that first word, but Vania sounds cool for sure.
Oh yes,
There.
okay, yeah, all right, Vania. I am from the country of Vania. Perhaps you've heard of it. It is a wretched place I am glad to be rid of.
You don't have a bandage in here, do you?
Yes, please, snap. Gravensby, where are the bandages? I tell you once, I tell you a million times. First tend to the wounded guy, then make him dinner. We will be making you dinner. My good friend Tronsky? Yeah, okay.
That's it, for sure.
Tronsky, yeah. All right.
So soon you two are sitting at the dinner table. The vineyard is closed, but you were lucky we had some things left over in the icebox. Here you go. And he lays out this impressive spread that you had in the icebox.
I apologize, Tronsky. I will have Gravensby severely punished for feeding you from the icebox.
Tronsky looks amazed, like he's never seen this much food ever in his life. Ever. He's like,
gosh, mister, I don't really know how I can repay you for your kindness to me on this country road today.
Oh, don't worry, Tronsky. You will be repaying me.
Oh, yeah, I can, I'm a bard.
Let me say, your presence here will be plenty of payment.
Oh, good. Well, hey, this is good.
And Tronsky passes out at your dinner table.
Excellent job with the sedative, Gravensby. I was joking about punishing you. You know that, Gravensby. We are tight. We are good.
Of course, sire. Lucky for me, I have the strongest poison available in your kitchen. Tryptophan.
Oh, Gravensby, you always crack me up.
And you laugh, and the camera pans out because you have a big day ahead of you tomorrow.